You are listening to Zen and the Art of Triathlon.
Well, hey there, all you tri freaks and geeks, and welcome to another great episode of Zen and the Art of Triathlon. This one is especially kick-ass because we have an interview with Malte Bruns, and he is the first place age grouper at Kona, and his story is absolutely crazy. It's amazing what he did. He took a year off from everything, trained his ass off, ate a ton of ice cream, and did like 35 to 50 hours per week, and then walked across the finish line at Kona, first place age grouper, wearing a camelback and jogging shorts. And it's such a cool interview, and we get to the bottom of how he actually pulled this off, and I'm super stoked to have him on the show and share that with everybody. We also have 2 pieces of UltraBaby left over from last episode. So I went out and did a self-supported Ultraman, which is like a 1.5 Ironman over 3 days. And you can get all that, from the last episode. But there's 2 more things. One, a lot of people wanted more details on how I actually pull it off, and so I list off bit by bit every little technical thing, and I know that's kind of like we're getting into the weeds here, but some people are actually really interested in that stuff. What did I eat? How did I train? How did I pull off a 20 I almost went 20 miles per hour on the day 2 bike ride, 170 something miles, like 176 miles on day 2 at 19.6 miles per hour. How I did that, how did I train, how did I have my bike set up, and so I love sharing this stuff because I've worked my way up over the years from being really slow to being a whole lot faster than I used to be, with tips and tricks and little things to try. So I always want to share that with everybody, and you can use that. If you like, I'll put that at the end of the show. And then also we have audio that Brian Brode, my wingman, my number 1 crew chief, recorded during the UltraBaby. And he would stick a microphone in my face as I come in on the bike loop or something like that, or like we're starting to swim, just fun stuff. And as it was going down, so there's some audio captured while the whole thing was going down with sounds from that's called a soundscape and sightseeing or sound scene. Anyway, we got a whole bunch of that, and I'm going to throw that in the show as well. And big props to Brian for recording that. It's good stuff. And then also we have all kinds of news, but I thought I'd go ahead and throw in the moment of Zen for this episode, your moment of Zen, right up front, because I heard something that I'd forgotten about just the other day. I was listening to some podcast or something, and they said, it's actually not Homo sapiens, it's Homo sapiens sapiens. That's actually our technical Latin name. And what that means is, why is sapiens twice? And it's because where sapiens means in Latin, it kind of means like aware or wise or clued in. And, so we're like smart, right? And that means that we are, like Homo erectus was like, oh, this is an ape, monkey, whatever species that's walking upright, erectus. And the sapiens means, because that's the next one, is we're aware. But then why twice? Well, you're aware that you're aware, right? Think about that. You're aware that you're aware. And that's actually, it's a finger pointing back at itself, right? It's like, why can't the eyeball see itself? Chewing your own teeth, right? It's like this really weird thing. And it's not something that most of us seem to take advantage of. And I think that's my actual point, is if you go through life just being pulled around by your emotions, well, you're acting very primitive, like Homo erectus and on down, right? Back to sea slugs. You're just going by instinct, right? And reacting. And if you go, anybody that has two brain cells to bang together knows this. If you just go by your feelings and your reaction to everything, well, that's how you get into a lot of trouble, you know. Well, I had to shoot that guy because he said my mom was fat. Well, sir, has that person ever met your mom? No. Well, then why you shouldn't have shot him, you dummy, you know? So if you go around by your feelings and emotions, you're not using the pause between the stimulus and response. And there's a famous saying that enlightenment in heaven is found in the space between stimulus and response. You can choose how to react to a situation. And that's what makes you a Homo sapiens sapiens, is that you are aware that you are aware. You can choose your choice. You don't have to do the very first reaction. And also, I was listening to a podcast that had Alan Watts in it, and he said Zen is a method, not I don't know if he said religion, but not an institution, right? It's actually a philosophy. It's a way of going about life. And when you put these two together, that you're Homo sapiens sapiens, and that you can use Zen as a method, then you're like, now here's your moment of Zen. You can be aware that you can use Zen to go through life and make your life a whole lot better. You can sort of detach yourself from the situation and not react to your feelings to make better choices. So in the world of triathlon, it comes down to, I feel like crap, I should give up. No, you should ask yourself, what am I doing that's making me feel like crap, right? I can't get up in the morning to go swim. Well, why not, right? Be a Homo sapiens sapiens and ask yourself, why am I not being able to get up in the morning? If you just go by your feelings, you're like, well, I'm just not a morning person. No, that's stupid, because lots of people were not morning people, and then they made themselves into morning people. So if that's possible, then you're not thinking all the way through. You're not pausing and standing back. And it's, you know what? I probably going to bed at midnight is making it difficult to become a morning person, right? And then you start looking into and asking on the internet, on the Google webs, you know, how do I go to bed earlier? How do I get up earlier? And then you find the answer. All right, so that's your moment of Zen. And think about that. Put that in the back of your brain cage and store it for later use. Let's go ahead and cover some triathlon news. Here we go. All right, this weekend we have a 3-day triathlon. Speaking of UltraBaby, we have a 3-day triathlon that's much shorter each day, but totally kick-ass. It's called the Island House Triathlon. This is in Bermuda. It's on one of these resort little tiny islands, and it's being helped put on by Luke McKenzie and Beth Gertis, but I haven't really gotten to the bottom of everything. It's $500,000 prize purse, which is insane. So I think the guy that owns the island is actually a triathlon fan and putting this on. But the prize purse is what's really cool, along with the field. It's an invitational triathlon that has almost all big name pros. So we got Rachel Joyce, Javier Gomez, and Gwen freaking Jorgensen are in this thing, for example. Tim Don. I mean, the list goes on and on of really big names. And Javier Gomez is probably going to win the guys' field. And you would say Gwen Jorgensen probably win the women's field. But it's a mix of drafting and non-drafting format. So it's like a triathlon every day. It's kind of like a sprint or super sprint or medium distance every day. So you can go to islandhousetriathlon.com. By the time you get this podcast, it'll probably be over, and see how it went down. And no live coverage or anything, because it's such a small island with limited resources. It's just totally a little resort place. So you'll be lucky to see anything except for like a daily recap and maybe some video footage. Looks pretty cool. All right. Oh, and somehow they managed, through some miracle of science, to get an even payment and even pro field numbers all the way. They're paying 10 deep and 10 women and men somehow, even though Ironman can't seem to figure that out in Kona. But anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go ahead and let's see. I went ahead and posted on Twitter. I dug up the mileage. Somebody was asking me, so I went and dug this up. The mileage for training to qualify for Kona, what is the typical average mileage? And you got to remember, this is probably not, the 30 to 35 age group. It's probably like most age groups squished together, male and female. So you would say, somebody qualifying female 70 to 74, it may not be quite this mileage. But just to give you an idea, you want to qualify for Kona. Here it is. You're looking at, I think it's around 13 or 14,000 yards of swimming per week. And then what is the bike mileage is about 220 miles per week on the bike. And run mileage is about 47 miles, maybe 48, but about 47 miles of running per week. And this would probably be peak week training. And those of you that just want to go by the numbers, if I just trained enough, then I could qualify. Well, there's your numbers. Go try to do it. I added up that if I was doing it at my paces, that kind of mileage, we're probably talking 23 hours per week, 24 hours per week of training. That's a lot, man. Absolutely a lot. So that's what it takes. So go for it. Don't hold back. Don't do it. All right. The sad news, Ironman Melbourne was canceled due to Formula One racing that same weekend, and there's some kind of juggling act going around and fingers pointing, well, they moved, and then we moved, and then they moved, and then we moved. It just goes to show there's a little bit of difficulty in putting on big Ironman races in big cities. And that was something that WTC, tried to start doing more of, is like Ironman Texas, like really close to Houston, right? Or right in the middle of Melbourne, or I don't know, just, so it gets more visibility, I guess, advertising. Well, it turns out, an Ironman it takes up so much real estate road-wise that, and in cities, any city that you want to go visit probably has a whole bunch of other stuff going on that it doesn't seem to work. So I wonder if they're going to go back to putting them on in destination cities that are more like resorts, where you got a whole lot more road space. Like Bend, Oregon, right? It's not a huge. It's a very small town, but it's got epic terrain. Or Whistler, right? And those would be the kind of places where you would put on an Ironman. The problem is no one sees it, and then you're not advertising anybody because nobody sees it. And how do you get there? It's tough to get there in a place without a huge airport. All right, and then also, finally in the news, Alcatraz. I qualified for Alcatraz, in 2011 by getting second in my age group in a massive Olympic triathlon down in Kima. And I about died doing that thing. And I found out the day before, I think, that it was an Alcatraz qualifier. And I've always wanted to swim the strait between Alcatraz Island and shore, San Francisco. And to say that I've done it. And I'm really, really lucky now to so this race I did, they announced that they were going to have a slots for Alcatraz if you did well enough in your race, and I about killed myself pegging the pedal to the metal so I could get a spot, and I got a spot. I got second in my age group, and I went off to go do Alcatraz that summer, and about that summer it was like $450. And Alcatraz IMG, the people who put on Alcatraz, announced that this summer is they're raising the price almost double to $750. And I'm glad I did it back when I did, because I would not go do it for $750 personally. And even back then when I did it, people were like, I can't afford to go do that thing, man. It's too much and it's too far away, because we're down in Texas, But I have, let's see, $750 to be exact. Race organizer IMG Worldwide quietly revealed the new entry fee for the June 2016 event, a 67% markup from the 2015 event. And here's the quote. Escape from Alcatraz has experienced tremendous demand in recent years, and with that, a growing need to maintain the integrity of competition and safety of all involved in this unique and challenging event. End quote. The that's so full of vague nothingness that people immediately grabbed their pitchforks and torches and said, no, we are not falling for this. This is, you've raised prices. And maybe they do. Hey, maybe the prices do need to go up that high, right? Maybe it does cost that much now. But then when you raise prices by that much, you need to show numbers. Why? Where did it go up? And where's this money going to be spent? Especially in the wake of this other event where that pharmaceutical company, the president, decided to raise the price of an old drug for AIDS patients up by like 3,000% or something like that. And he said, "Oh, it's just tough, Oh, things are really expensive. We have to make them. We have to make things the prices that high." And everybody was like, "No!" And that company really suffered for that. And if you hadn't heard of that story, I'm really surprised. But anyway, that's the deal with Alcatraz. Hopefully, they can either show why the price needs to be $750 for an Olympic, or they can bring the price back down, because the backlash was ugly. Okay, that is enough news, and let's go ahead and get started with our interview with Bruns. But I wanted to pull up real quick our sponsor, our title sponsor for this episode is we're at Living Fuel. I'm pausing because I'm looking for it. Where'd it go? I had the Living Fuel thing up. There it is. Oh my gosh, what terrible podcasting. Okay, Living Fuel is really interested in supporting Zen and Yard Triathlon, and you can check them out at livingfuel.com. They make a whole ton of different stuff. They have amino acids and that you can add to your fuel and add to your daily stuff to help you build muscle, and then also they have a really cool recovery drink. And the amino acid container is blue, and go check it out, by the way. And the recovery drink is brown, probably because it's got some chocolate milk in it. I haven't tasted the recovery one yet. I need to go do that. I've done the amino acid one, and I liked it. It was pretty cool, and I would like to thank them for being a big sponsor of Zen and the Art of Triathlon. And they contacted me. Any sponsor that comes to me is a true sponsor. Instead of me going out, I've learned over the years, don't go out and try to get sponsors. Just sit tight and wait for sponsors to come talk to you. And those are the people that will let you make the content that you want to make, and let you do the ads the way you want to do them, because they believe in you and they understand you and they understand where they're coming from. So check them out, livingfuel.com. And that reminds me, I put a feeler out for a new bike for like the next 3 years on ZenTri. BMC is getting a little long in the tooth, majorly, ton of miles on it. So I'm starting to dig around for a new bike sponsor. And Culprit Bikes got in touch with me, Joshua Culp, and that is one hell of a cool bike that he is putting out. It's really interesting. It's a Kickstarter project that he's going to do for this bike. So it's a hybrid, and it's genius. It's a hybrid between like a Diamond Flying V and a classic bike, because it's missing the seat stays like a Diamond, but it still has the seat tube all the way down to the bottom bracket. And when you look at it and when you think about it, you're like, Man, that is a really cool idea. I think that bike design is pretty smart, and the bike looks good. It looks like something that you would really want to be seen on. And there's a little bit better performance than there's definitely better performance than aero drag because it's missing the seat stays. You don't need those. Especially with carbon fiber nowadays. And then a Diamond has proven, the Flying V has proven you don't need seat stays. Because you don't even technically need the seat tube and the seat post with carbon fiber. It's so strong. But if you lose the seat tube, well, then you miss the bolts for storage and stuff like that, and you miss the shielding of the rear wheel with the seat tube. And go ahead and put that back in there because it's already in the wind flow. And holy crap, it's super utilitarian and it looks good, and it gives the bike a little bit more structural integrity, which I'm a big fan of, and I'm a big fan of the way this looks. So Google around, and I'll put a link on my blog, ZenTriathlon.com, for this bike. It's the Culprit is the brand name, and it's the 2016 Legend is the name of this thing. And the bike hasn't been made yet, but it's been 3D printed with plastic and assembled with all the parts on it. Took it to Kona and showed it off, and the crowds went wild. It is really cool. It is an epic looking bike, man. So big props to them, and they got in touch with me about this bike. Well, the bike doesn't exactly exist yet. So I hope it'll work out, but definitely go check them out. And I want to get him on the show on how he actually 3D printed out a bike and put it together and give us all some ideas on what we can do with 3D printing and what the inside of the bike industry looks like. All right, that's enough of that stuff. Let's go ahead and get started with the interview and find out what it took to win first overall age grouper at Kona. Here we go.
Welcome to the next level.
Hey, is this Malte?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, how do I say your name? Is it Malte or Malte?
In Germany, it's Malte, but usually the Americans say Malte, so that's all right.
Malto, like maltodextrin.
More like malted stuff.
Malted.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, cool. Half my family's from Germany, so this is great.
Sweet.
I was Blankner is actually mutated version of von Blanc or something like that. Long time ago.
I see.
From southern Germany. Awesome. Well, cool. You ready to get going?
Yeah, sure.
All right, man. All right. So we have with us here. We're gonna try it again. Malte.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds good. Malte Bruns from Germany. What part of Germany are you from?
Actually, I'm from like the central western part.
Okay.
But at the moment, I'm living in Munich and doing my master's degree.
Right, and classes just started up, right?
Yeah, they started right after the World Championships, like right the Monday after the World Championships.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just getting started.
Okay, so you're on the show here because you really got in the spotlight with something absolutely amazing. This is so fascinating. I'm very excited to have you on. You took a year off from school. You just finished your, do they call it bachelor's in Germany? Your bachelor's degree?
Yeah, the bachelor's degree.
And decided to train for about a year or so, and then just to see what you could do. And then you ended up, this is so great, you ended up winning overall age grouper at Kona. And the funniest thing, the best thing about this whole thing is the live video feed of these finishers, the top finisher pros, have them, coming across the finish line and doing their interviews and stuff. And then this guy comes jogging in across the finish line wearing a Camelback and jogging shorts, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And everybody's like, who is this guy? Turns out it was you, and you won first place
in, was it like 8:52 or something like that?
Yeah, 8:52:30, I think it was.
8:52:30 at Kona, mixing it in and beating, like, you got 24th, I think. So you beat like half the pro field. And so your story of how you got to this is just absolutely fascinating. And so I wanted to have you on. So thanks for being on the show, man.
Yeah, sweet.
So were you already doing pretty well in triathlon and then decided, that would lead you to take a year off, or was it you were just going?
Well, actually, I did my first ever year of triathlon in 2014.
Uh-huh.
Doing some shorter stuff, a couple of sprints. And when I started doing that, I already decided, okay, I want to do the Ironman. So I just used 2014 to, get into the triathlon training and practicing transition and stuff. And then I decided to take the year off from studying because I said, okay, I want to do an Ironman at some point in my life, and now seems like a good time for it.
Right.
And when I want to do it, I want to do it right. So I take a year off and dedicate everything to, doing the Ironman and doing the best I can.
So how old are you right now?
24.
24? Okay. And what was your background growing up? I know in the story about you on Slow Twitch, you had a pretty bad injury a couple years ago, didn't you? Or a few years ago?
Yeah, I had 2 years ago, 2013, I broke like a vertebrae in my upper back in a little stupid skiing accident.
Yeah.
And that was basically the moment when I decided I want to do it, because I always had in the back of my mind this dream of doing an Ironman. And at that point in 2013, when I was laying in hospital, I decided, okay, when I get out of this injury and still, can do sports at a good level, I will do the Ironman thing now. So, I decided that right then, and started working towards it.
Yeah, I've noticed that before people do something amazing, there's usually like a life-altering event, to make them decide to do something. It really puts the fire under them to do something like go take a year off completely so that they can just train to see what they could actually do. So what was your background like swimming, biking, and running growing up?
I started swimming when I was 3 or something, just to learn swimming, and then I stuck with the German lifesaver organization and trained till I was like 19, once or twice a week, but never really competitive or focused on technique or anything. Biking was always a big part, of my life, of my family's life. We always spent weekends and holidays on the bike.
Right.
And also it's my means of transportation when I get around town, to school, practice, whatever. I always...
Hey, are you back? Are you there?
Yeah, somehow the connection just broke, right?
Yeah, it just snapped. All right, so sorry about that.
So how far did you get?
So you grew up biking around with your family all the time, right? So I bet that smoothed out your pedal stroke so that cycling was just like a natural... That's something I noticed when people that are new to cycling or they don't cycle much, you can see their pedal stroke, like they pedal squares is the thing that we say here.
Yeah.
It's very inefficient and wasteful, and they don't have a good bike position. And it seems like a lot more work than it needs to be.
Yeah, that's right.
And then if you grow up on bicycles, I try that with my family. I've got a 11-year-old son. Put him on a bike as soon as we could, so it's just natural. Right?
Yeah. And I started, getting to longer distances in 2006. I did tours through France with a teacher from my school.
Right.
He offered this trip, and I did that, and I really liked, traveling by bike. And after I finished school, 2010, I did a trip from Barcelona all the way to the Pyrenees and the Alps back home, 3,000 kilometers. So that really got me hooked. And 2012, I got myself a road bike, and then I really started working out on the bike.
Cool. So then, where did the run background come from?
At first, I always kind of sucked at sports when I was younger because I was really bad at soccer, and that's basically all you do here, like in PE classes and
Right.
stuff.
You got to have
So
good.
I thought I was bad at sports,
Yeah.
and I think it was 2006 when I did the first, like long bike rides.
Uh-huh.
I realized that I'm pretty good at running like longer distances. We did the Cooper test at school, and I was really good at it.
Yeah.
Then again, at the 100 meter sprints, I always sucked. And 2007, I was in Michigan doing high school,
Mm-hmm.
and there I really started running. I did cross country there,
Yeah.
and yeah, that really got me hooked. And after that, I never really dropped out of running. When I came back home, I joined a team here, did the 1,500 meters on the track, and a couple of cross races. So yeah, ever since 2007, I've been running.
So what was the getting into running? Like, were you at track meets and then the cross country? Like, you could just tell that other people in like very short sprints would just outrun you, or like say on the soccer field growing up, like they'd beat you to the ball, or is it?
Yeah, when we in Germany, you've got like PE classes all the way through your school life,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I wasn't really the sporty kind of person at soccer, and we did like the dashes every summer, and I wasn't good at that. So yeah, then I just did the Cooper test, and I did pretty good. So I thought, okay, yeah, maybe I'm just not good at sprints, but good at the longer stuff.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about uh, Olympic and faster. Well, probably all triathlon is that the you don't have to be crazy fast.
Yeah,
You know,
that's right.
nobody's running a 2:04 marathon in these things. You know.
Yeah, especially well, there are the hand cycling people.
Uh-huh.
I think they sometimes do like 2:05 or something. That's crazy, but
Yeah.
otherwise, not so much.
Wow. Yeah. Or yeah, it's not 4-minute miles. You know, it's just being really good at being able to do a 7.5-minute mile
Yeah,
for a long time, right? The
that's right.
okay, so you did an 8:52:30 and you got 24th place. What race was your Kona qualifying race?
I qualified in my first ever Ironman at Lanzarote
Uh-huh.
in May. Uh, I did, I think it was in 9:32 or something, and I placed ninth place overall,
Uh-huh.
and also was the fastest amateur in that race.
So what did that feel like realizing that you were, I mean, did you know in training that you would be that good, or was it the race where it hit you like, holy cow, I'm fantastic at this?
It was definitely the race. Before the race, I thought, okay, yeah, under 11 hours that should be, that should be possible, and under 10 hours that would be just amazing.
Yeah,
And
that's the way
I
most
figured I
people
could
think.
swim like an hour,
Yeah,
and then I got out of the water in that race, and I got out of the water after like 52 minutes, and I was like, what? That's crazy. This will
yeah,
be my race. So I just, yeah, just gave everything I had, and realized I'm pretty good at that.
yeah. So taking this time off so that you could just train, I saw somewhere that it's possible that you trained up to 50 hours a week sometimes. Is that actually true, or
Yeah, that's true.
but how was that, like some peak weeks, or was that all the time, or what?
Yeah, I would say leading up or during this year, my average training week was like 35, 40 hours around
Yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, some weeks just, worked out pretty good when I did a couple of long rides. Like I had weeks where I did 30K in the pool and over 1,000K on bike, and then maybe 100K running or so. So yeah, that added up.
Wow. So did you find that it was difficult to do when you have all the time to do it? Is it actually difficult to get in that volume of training, or was it like difficult, like in a weird way of just fatigue? Or I mean, how did you manage getting in that kind of volume, even though you did it pretty easy, right? Just easy volume.
Yeah, and yeah, working all my training is basically low or kind of low intensity.
Uh huh.
Yeah, just always start my day pretty early. So I always go swimming right when the pool is opening, which was 5:45 back at home, and I think about 7 when I was in Lanzarote. So yeah, I got the first workout in pretty early, and usually then I just relax a bit and go. Usually I go bike riding in the peak heat of the day, like maybe I go out at 11, 12 or something.
Right.
And yeah, after that, I just hang out, and sometime in the evening, I just kick my butt and say, okay, now I'll go running. So
Right. Well, you know what I found is when I do like a big volume for me, you don't really need to do hard stuff or intervals. By the time you start putting in a ton of mileage, then the mileage itself becomes so difficult that the intervals aren't really necessary. Is that what you found?
well, I never really started doing intervals. Like when I was doing track, of course, I was doing like 200-meter intervals or something.
Yeah.
But during the year, I never really did it. I just kept to the low intensity because I just like being out on the road and seeing stuff and riding around.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just go the speed I feel good and comfortable doing the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, never thought too much about the whole interval thing.
Right. Yeah. And this is so amazing. So did you train indoors at all, or did you just do everything outside?
Yeah, swimming in the pool, and during the winter I always use the roller trainer for the bike.
Oh, rollers. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the power trainer, whatever you call it. So you've got the magnetic resistance for the back wheel, so that's
Right.
what I'm using.
Okay. All right. So not rollers though, like the free
No, not
spinning.
the free spinning ones, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are tough. And what coming up like over this next winter are you going to go back indoors again and train some more and try to balance that with going back into graduate school?
Yeah, just do both at the moment. I go to the universities sometimes, and yeah, usually try to get in the swim workouts and a bit of running with friends here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really like doing the indoor trainer on the bike. I've got the setup with the fan, and then I watch movies
Yeah.
because usually I just don't sit around for 2 hours to watch a movie. That's something I don't do. But sitting on the bike for 2 hours and watching a movie, that's something I really love about the indoor training.
So, do you in Germany what movie channels do you just watch DVDs, or do you have do you have Netflix there, or what?
Yeah, usually I just go for DVDs or borrow some from friends or something.
Ah, okay.
But maybe I should get something, Netflix or something, just to have the biggest selection of stuff to watch.
Yeah. Okay. So also, let's see. During your racing, did you find that I would think that you would find that you don't need to push the pace. You've got so much volume and so much experience with doing, 8, 9, 10 hours a day that you just go out and it's almost like another workout day for you, isn't it? And the pace
Yeah,
is,
somehow it is, just especially in the first race in Lanzarote.
uh-huh.
I never really knew how hard I should push, especially in the bike. I was just riding along, and sometimes I overtook somebody on the hills, and I was just thinking all the time, how hard should I go to be able to run the marathon afterwards? So
Right.
after time, I just got used to it. Like in Hawaii now, I had a really clear idea how do my legs have to feel,
Right.
so that I can sustain the effort for the whole race. So that was pretty good in Hawaii. But before that, I just tried out what feels good. And
Wow. So what about fueling? What do you use for to eat during training and during racing?
during training, sometimes I make rice cakes
Uh-huh.
to when I go out on the bike. But usually I just stick with plain old water. And what I really like on the bike is ice cream. So I always have a couple of euros in my back pocket and stop at some ice cream place to get some ice cream.
Uh-huh.
That's what I really love. Otherwise, I just stick with water. And in races I use all kinds of gels.
Right.
And I got some electrolytes in my Camelback.
Yeah, I want to
So-
ask you about that Camelback in a minute because
Okay.
I think Camelback needs to sponsor you big time.
Yeah, I'm still out at the moment. I'm just using kind of a cheap generic thing.
But
Yeah,
okay,
just need
so
to get somebody who makes a pretty good running back.
the back to the ice cream thing. So that's a mix of sugar and fat, right? So it's got plenty of calories. Do you know
Yeah.
how many calories per hour you thought you might be eating, or grams of carbs? But if you're doing ice cream, then you're doing fat too. So do you have any idea how many calories you were eating?
No, I just when I'm out training, I just eat a lot before out riding, like a big bowl of porridge or something,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's it. Maybe just two, three scoops of ice cream or something,
Yeah.
and that's enough for like 120, 150 Ks. So
Yeah. Wow.
in the race, I really calculate like how much carbs I need.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise in training, I just don't take the whole nutrition thing too seriously.
Okay. That's the advice. Don't take it too seriously. And then yeah, because I think we think about it too much, right? And then we get all caught up in trying to do crazy
Yeah,
things.
sometimes it's better just to try it out and try whatever. Maybe somebody tells you it's weird, but just try it out. Maybe it works for you.
Yeah, I could totally see ice cream working because it's got plenty of calories and it's easy to digest too. And
Yeah, I was in Hawaii, like in an ice cream place,
hmm
and I got like a big 3 scoop thing, and just before me there were some people and they got like a scoop,
hmm
and by the time I was finished with my 3 scoops, they didn't even finish their 1 scoop, and they
oh,
were like, "Dude, you were just eating your ice cream so fast." And I told them, "Well, I'm not even eating ice cream. I'm just breathing ice cream."
breathing. You could for your races, you could actually buy ice cream and then let it melt and then have it in a squeeze tube, right? And then just eat ice cream every once in a while.
Yeah,
And there you
I was
go.
thinking if it's legal to just stop by an ice cream place in the race, get an ice cream, and like continue running, that would be really funny.
Or you could put it on ice in your Camelback. And
Yeah.
so did you ride the with the Camelback on the bike too? Because I've actually done that at an Ironman and found it to be pretty nice. But
No, I just use it for the run on the bike. I just grab as much water as I can in the aid
okay.
station. So
All right, so fueling during racing, you said you just you calculated and you tried to do so many. Were you doing calories per hour or grams of sugar per hour or
yeah, I went for the the 1 gram of carbs per kilogram of body weight per hour.
uh-huh.
So that's what I try to do, like roughly.
And you didn't have any stomach troubles or anything like that?
In the first 2 races in Lanzarote and then at Challenge Roth, I got a bit of stomach troubles because I eat like bars.
Uh-huh.
And I think the solid food maybe didn't work all that well for me.
Right.
So then in Kona, I just got a bottle filled with Gatorade powder and Enna and gels and a bit of water.
Yeah.
So I just, took a couple of sips of those every like 10, 20 Ks or something.
Uh-huh.
So that worked pretty good.
So could you tell? You said you had it measured out, but did you kind of fuel by feel? Like you could just tell if you were eating too much or not eating enough, and then tried to change a little bit, or what?
Yeah, I just figured, okay, I just drank out as much out of this bottle as I, felt good with.
Uh-huh.
I think I didn't even finish the bottle on the bike.
Yeah, I
So,
found that too. Like especially hot races, right? Where
yeah,
you pre-calculate all this stuff, and then you find out by the end you only drank like half of it or 2/3
yeah.
or something. Yeah, because it just gets too hot. So your bike, how did you have that set up? What kind of bike were you on, and where did you keep everything?
I got a track speed concept. I
Right.
think it's the 2012 model.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it out of his sponsoring, so it was used bike.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got the aero bottle on the air bars, the front mounted thing for the water, and then I've got the my bottle with the carbs in the frame triangle.
Right.
And yeah, that was it. I didn't even have the mount behind the saddle. I used the mount behind the saddle in training to keep like additional bottles of water, but I didn't even do that in the race.
So when you picked up water, where did you store it?
I just refilled my aero bottle on the bars and then drank the rest and threw the bottle right away.
Okay. And let's see. You said that you have no power meter, and I kind of agree with you. Like I think that in your case that would just mess you up. You know, I think a power meter is for people that train shorter amounts of time, right? They didn't put as much volume in as you, so maybe they don't know what's going to happen out there, so they try to control their output. And
yeah, maybe it would have been good to have a power meter this year, so I could cut off the rides, which I do like at too little power.
True.
But yeah, I want to try it next year. I want to try, improving my bike performance just by doing like more intervals and tempo training. Because I can't really put in more hours than I did this year.
No, in fact, you might have to you're gonna have to do fewer hours, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on, especially with with my studies. So I just have to cut back some of the hours and just kick up the intensity.
So in your training, this incredible amount of training that you did, what was your food timing like? Like I found that I got a huge increase in like how I felt, improvement in how I felt training by changing up when I ate certain foods. So like I would get up and eat light and then have a workout and then like a little while later eat like breakfast, So like you were saying you get up and you go swim. Like what kind of something would you eat before swimming and then what would you eat after it? In training?
Often I wouldn't eat anything before swimming. Sometimes like a piece of bread and Nutella or something.
Right.
And then after swimming I usually have breakfast with some porridge and cottage cheese kind of thing and some fruit.
Right.
So and then I get in some porridge before going on the bike ride and some carbs, fruit, whatever after the bike ride before I go running and kind of lean. Lots of veggies and protein in the evening before I go to bed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like the stuff that's harder to digest, do it later in the day when you're not going to do it after you're done working out.
Yeah, that's right. So that's not too much jumping around in your stomach, especially while running.
Okay, that's really good advice. So in the Camelback, you have like electrolytes and caffeine, right? But did you start off the marathon in your races with the Camelback filled up as far as it's going to fill up and then just never add anything to it while you're running? Or did you add more water to it while you were running or what?
In the first race in Lanzarote, I had I think it's about 2 liters that go into it. I had like 1.5 in it. And at some point it got empty and I refilled it. In Challenge Roth, I actually had my parents standing at the, your personal aid station thing in the middle of the race.
Mm-hmm.
So I just threw my first bag away and got a second bag from them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And here in Kona, I just had 1 bag and I really drank a lot of water at the aid stations, which I didn't do too much in the race before.
Okay. So you didn't. Some people would, stop every few aid stations and put more something in it, but you had it pretty much filled up and then really didn't have to do much with it. It was kind of except for that, like halfway through at Roth. So how do you keep the Camelback from bouncing around while you run with a liter or 2 liters of water?
I don't know. The most important point is always to get the air out of the bladder thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just making weird noises all the time.
True.
But once you got the air out of it, of course, it's bouncing around a bit. But you've got 26 miles to get used to it, right?
Right. Did you never chafed you or anything, or you wear like a certain shirt under it to keep it from rubbing on you, or?
Yeah, sometimes it chafed a bit in my neck area, but never too bad.
Okay, and you don't know what model it was, or is it?
It's from Decathlon, which is a kind of cheap sports goods store in Europe.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think it's actually French or something.
Yeah. That still is just amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely
just when I
amazing.
did my first marathon, I thought, okay, the most important point of
Uh-huh.
hydration in the race is to not get cramps. So
Right.
stay hydrated. So I thought, okay, let's just try it. So that way I can take a sip every kilometer or something,
Right.
and I don't have to wait for the next aid station in 3, 4 miles. So I always, when I feel thirsty, I can drink. That's just what was super important for me.
Yeah, I run with waste bottles on two of them, and they're 10 ounces each, so it totals up
Okay,
to almost what is 20 ounces? Like maybe 2/3 of a liter.
okay, yeah,
And then yeah, the difference is amazing. While you're doing a race, you can drink whenever you want, and you don't have to wait till the next aid station to when you get thirsty
yeah.
to
Especially when it's
drink.
hot, it's good.
Yeah, and yeah, you can take the water and dribble it over your head and stuff. It's pretty cool. So for Kona, these races that you well, Lanzarote is pretty hot, right? And then, but how did you prepare for the heat in Kona?
Yeah, I flew out to Hawaii almost 7 weeks before the race.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, that got me going.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, you really are an example of like how good you can get if you train and prepare properly. Like what you managed to pull off is just the ultimate in
Thanks.
preparation execution, right? So, was there anything going into the race that you hadn't that surprised you that you didn't prepare for that you wish that you'd done differently?
No, not really. I had a bit of issues before in the month before the race with my Achilles tendons. So yeah, I wasn't too sure about my running,
Uh huh.
but I was super calm in the race because I didn't taper too much, so I feel like really psychologically sound when I got into the race. I was just perfectly at balance and felt really good when I got into the race.
So what is 50 hours peak training a week look like? So 35 to 50. What is that per day in hours? Is that like 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day? I guess.
Yeah,
That's right.
something like that. Maybe 7 hours. Like usually I go swimming for 1.5 hours
Uh huh.
and maybe an hour and a bit of running.
Yeah.
And usually I do an hour of strength training every day, be it core stability stuff or arm training. Yeah,
So
and then up to 5, 6 hours of bike riding.
did you did all that training? Well, one, how much sunscreen did you go through? Like gallons?
Actually, it's not too bad because what
Yeah.
I found out when you shave your arms and legs, you save so much sunscreen.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. It just doesn't take that much, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you ever begin to hate all the training? I mean, you said earlier that you kind of enjoy being outside. So as long as you're going somewhere or watching movies on the trainer, it's not that bad.
No, I always really loved it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to get yourself motivated to actually start to work out.
Uh huh.
But once I started a workout, I never felt bad about it. I always loved every single workout I did. I loved it after I started it. So
Yeah. So that's some good advice, right? Your
yeah,
mind,
just get out and then
yeah,
get rolling, and everything will be fine.
your
That's
attitude,
what I found out for me.
yeah, your attitude could change once you get a few kilometers into it. So the jogging shorts. You wore jogging shorts during the
Yeah.
runs. Okay, so you took the time to switch, and did you? Why? Is that just something you just like running in those better, or they have pockets, or what?
No, I just feel better in them. That's what I usually use for training.
Uh huh.
When I first had my first like one-piece suit, that put a lot of pressure on my shoulders when I was running, so I didn't
Yeah.
really like running in that. So I just decided to get a two-piece
Uh huh.
suit, and somehow the shorts were really good for riding, but they felt too tight on the run.
Right.
So I just decided, yeah, just take what does it take, 30 seconds to get them off and put the running shorts on. So
Yeah, changes don't take that long, really. When you put in perspective of a whole Ironman, right? Like
yeah, just
9 hours.
right.
Comfort comes first. So,
Yeah.
I know I've asked you a bunch of questions. Is there any other tips or things you discovered during this all this training and racing that you did um, that maybe you think people don't know or understand, or that you want to reiterate with people that because
The
like
most important thing I found out, especially about Hawaii, is
uh-huh,
that I always get kind of annoyed when people say stuff like, "Oh, I rode Queen K Highway. It's so boring."
uh-huh,
Uh,
yeah,
because Hawaii has got so much more to offer to train and ride, that I always get kind of annoyed when people ride on Queen K all the time and never, try out anything else, and
mm-hmm,
just say, "Yeah, it's boring." I mean, I spent 2 months on the island, and
right,
yeah, it is a bit boring. There aren't too many roads, but there are some things you can do.
yeah. Hey, what about where did you get running in around there on the same roads or
Yeah, usually just on the running is not too good. Like you can go on the. I ran a lot in the living in the neighborhood I lived in.
uh-huh,
Otherwise, you can run on Lee Drive, but running is really not too good because there are no like forest trails you would have in Germany or something. Basically, it's just tarmac where you can run.
yeah. So you might go pro next year or not? Are you thinking
Yeah, I
about it?
will. I will. I just I think it's a pretty good place to start from,
Mm-hmm.
and I would feel bad to race as an amateur again. I mean, the hours I put in, they are what pros do. So nearly nobody on the amateur level is putting out so much hours. So
Right.
I would kind of feel bad to compete at that level again because
It,
every race I did this year, I won the amateur category.
yeah.
So yeah, I really want to see what I can do in the
Yeah.
pro field.
You're in the wrong category now.
Yeah,
That's yeah. Well, I mean, you did the work. You've earned it. So, as far as going pro, what does that look like? How I know you're discovering it too as well. So, how do you do it? Do you have to apply or they pretty much it's already the application's done because
yeah. You basically just have to buy the pro license
uh-huh,
from like the German Triathlon Union,
uh-huh,
and then you have to sign up with like Ironman or Challenge or
mm-hmm,
whatever,
right,
and register as a pro there. I think Ironman's actually charging the pros money, whereas Challenge is free for pros.
yeah,
So I think they check like what kind of times you do, and then decide, okay, he's good enough to become a pro.
right.
So I think that's what they do. But I'm not sure. I just haven't applied yet.
Have you had sponsors come knocking on your door, like trying to give you bikes and gear yet, or
Yeah, I'm just figuring out at the moment. I got a couple of people, coming to me and saying, "Hey, we would like to work with you or something." But most I was just, writing to, and some said yeah, and some said yeah. Well, we already got the next year planned, so
that's true, right? They kind of book out
yeah,
their their I don't know what you call it, their athletes, their staff
yeah,
for stuff. But yeah, I think the most important thing is the best sponsorships are food,
yeah. Food and
bike,
the bike.
bike, and airline. If an airline could sponsor some athletes, that would be just amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Oh well. So well, best of luck, man. It's been really great having you on, and
yeah. Thanks. It was great fun.
yeah, and everybody out there, where can people find you so they can where can future sponsors find you?
Yeah, I got a Facebook page,
Uh-huh.
which is I can send you the link to
Sure.
that, so
I'll
you can
post it on
just put
the
on there.
show. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just in the process of getting a web page started.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, basically at the moment the Facebook page is the place to reach me.
Oh, I had something else I wanted to ask you, by the way.
All right.
I just did a huge race that was big for me and a big event. And the runner's high didn't hit me. Like, it didn't sink in, and I didn't get that crazy, weird, elated feeling until 2 days later. And
Okay.
I saw in this interview with you that it really hit you what had happened when you were getting on the plane like 4 days later at Kona. And did they explain that correctly, or did you have a
Yeah,
different feeling?
just I don't know, just I mean, it was great to finish the race in that place and everything.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, just a couple of days later, when I was thinking about like the race and everything, I just realized like how great this whole year was. Like all the great trainings I had, all the great places I visited, all the people I trained with, met.
Yeah.
So that's when I really, took the time to think about the whole thing.
Yeah. You had to wait enough for everything to slow down for you to actually for
Yeah,
it
a
to
little
sink
bit.
in. Wow. Cool. Yeah, well, you did something pretty amazing, man. Only one person gets to do that per year, Win
Yeah,
win out of all the age groupers. So. And so early on too. Just a couple years into racing. So. All
yeah,
right, man. Well, thanks for being on the show, and
yeah,
I'll talk to you soon.
yeah.
All right.
Great.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks.
All right, thank you so much, Malte Bruns. What what an amazing situation! What a great athlete he became in a short amount of time. I mean, he definitely had the background, but it just goes to show that if you spend a little time, or a lot of time in his case, working, then you can achieve great things. There's no replacement for displacement, as my friend Rico said, with his 1967 GTO racing rice burner Hondas and stuff out there. The interesting thing is yeah, you can put in a whole lot of volume, and volume will tend to not get you injured as long as you're even about it, and you can keep going and going and going, and then increase speed as you get better at it. And the only problem is where you're going to find time to do all that volume, right? In his situation, he was able to do that. All right. Thank you again. And again, his name is Malte Bruns, MalteBruns. Check him out. Very interesting guy. All right. I am in the ZenTri studios at home, actually watching the Ronda Rousey fight on UFC, UFC 193. Doing a little bit of high-tech wizardry here. We've got a Roku TV, and I bought the fight on YouTube, and then from YouTube, I'm broadcasting it to the TV. And the fight is actually, it starts off with some other fights first, and they work their way up to Ronda fighting. And the cultural differences between us and the United States and Australia, where the fight's going on, is the crowd's actually kind of quiet. It's interesting. And I'm just sitting here with the volume down. Needed to knock out this show because I've been slow to record this part two because I've got a little bit low energy trying to get back into the groove from after doing UltraBaby. It really wore me out. And the interviews are piling up. I got people that contact me on a regular basis to be on the show to do interviews, and I've had to tell them all, just hold on, let me get my life straight for a little bit, and then we'll pick things back up again, trying to get everything organized. Also spending a lot of time with the family and doing other things besides training, like watching this fight, for example. Oh, but I did just finish riding on Zwift, ZWIFT, a little while ago. AJ Balco and I were talking about riding on there together some. He's a pro that's actually been on the show with an interview, really cool guy, and would be great to be on at the same time. So Zwift is a video game that you play on while you're riding the bike on the trainer. It simulates you riding around an island or like other places, and the fact that there's other people on there, it's very realistic, and there's other people on there riding next to you, makes you a little bit competitive and or majorly. it was my last hill climb, and this guy was tagging along with me for a long time. So I started trying to outclimb him, and the next thing I know, I'm at the top of the hill, not letting him pass me, putting out 510 watts at 114 RPM, just so I could make it to the top of the climb before he did. And he was right behind me doing the exact same thing. I mean, it was crazy. And you don't get that sitting around watching mushrooms grow on YouTube or something. This game is actually pretty cool. So Zwift, they're Go Zwift on Twitter. Very cool. And there's been some news updates since it's taken me forever to get out a show. The whole Alcatraz thing, well, there's actually 2 companies that put on races at Alcatraz, and the other one stepped in and said, hey, we're going to do ours at 450 instead of the 700 and something that the other one's doing. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, let's go ahead and knock out a sponsor while we're here. Amrita bars are my go-to nutrition for so much energy, healthy, clean, vegan, peanut, nut-free energy bars that are super clean. They're easy on the stomach. Absolutely love them. And I just noticed that I'm on a box that they put out. People are tweeting pictures of me on this box. It's pretty cool. And the picture, if you're wondering, is me at Ironman 70.3 Austin. Not getting a PR, but thoroughly whooping ass on that really difficult course. It's pretty tough. And I got my hands over my head, like finishing. So if you find an Amrita box, get it. And you can get 10% off if you order Amrita stuff online with discount code ZEN. Let me make sure I got that right. Yeah, discount code ZEN, 15% off. And it's Amrita, A-M-R-I-T-A, AmritaHealthFoods.com. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with the audio that my main man, Brian Brode, recorded while I was swinging in and out of the stops on the UltraBaby bike and on the UltraBaby run. It's pretty cool stuff. And big props to him for recording all this. He did not have to do that at all. He just enjoys this stuff so much. It was really cool. So let's go ahead and check it out. And here we go.
Rocket engines burning fuel so fast, up into the night sky they blast. Through the universe the engines whine. Would it be the end of man and time? Back on Earth the flame of light burns low. Everywhere is misery and woe. Pollution fills the air, the land and sea. Man prepares to meet his destiny.
All right, UltraBaby. One, woohoo! Kai is in the driver's seat.
The UltraBaby.
Kai is the UltraBaby. You are the inspiration.
I'm not a baby.
Well, not
we
anymore.
know, not anymore, yeah.
All right, so what do you think about what's happening here? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. We're getting ready to see Brett onto his 10K swim. 10K! That's like 6.2 miles.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. And we have Nurse Emily here. She's
Hello.
the official med
Well,
squad.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Yeah, so
if people are going to listen to me.
that's it. So if you give medical advice and they don't listen to you, then,
then
what's up with that?
That's what I'm saying. I said, so you're actually going to recognize me as a nurse today.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the answer wasn't what I had hoped.
Maybe.
Maybe. So,
Maybe.
Yep.
So
What's your theory?
looks like a clear day.
Yeah, the water looks great.
Water looks great.
There's already random people kind of walking around, getting ready to start fishing.
It's gonna fish, right?
Yeah. So
Sorry.
we're glad to have you here to help us out.
Well,
You're going to be Brett's main sport crew on the swim.
I'm here to crew. I am Sherpa crew. Cheerleader, all of that.
Right.
I brought my cowbells. Did you see the cowbells?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh,
That's awesome.
it's awesome cowbells.
Cool.
So, look.
Probably Brett's mom.
Oh, she's gonna track.
Can I see? I don't. Okay.
Fighting over the phone here.
Yeah.
So you got Brett is going over all of his gear here, pacing like an expected father.
Yeah.
And
back and forth.
He's getting in the zone. He's saying random things like, I got this, I got that, make sure you do this, and we're all like, okay, we got it. Because, it's that, he's got 99% of the essential, 100% of the essential set out. It's just the other 99% of things that he thinks he might need here or there. So he's kind of getting in that zone, which is cool.
Yeah.
See him go through it because he knows he's got an epic day. 10K swim followed by a 90-plus mile ride. That's day one.
Yeah.
70 miles
tomorrow
on the bike, and then 52-mile run.
Yeah, just a 52 mile.
Just a 52 mile run. So this is going to be quite the feat to see him go through.
Yeah.
Do this. Yeah. So
the good thing is he gets to rest at the end of each day and recover a little bit. So that's good.
Yeah. All right.
But, yeah, hopefully it'll be a nice day.
Okay, now Brett's doing that, but you're also going to be crewing somebody else.
Right. My friend Shannon's going to come and do part of each thing, and then there's another lady coming that's going to do probably about a mile swim today, and then she says she's doing a whole bike tomorrow, and then part of the run on Monday. We haven't met her yet, or I haven't met her in person, but. So yeah, and then in the midst of all that, I'll be getting Kai to school, picking him up from school, getting Kai to soccer tomorrow. We got other stuff going on too. Life. Yeah.
Life.
But yeah, so we'll do whatever, and our house is open if anybody else wants to come join.
Oh, it's not open.
No.
Hey, where's
anyway.
the porta can?
They're down there, honey.
The porta cans are down there by the restaurant.
Side.
On the right-hand side. Okay.
This is being recorded.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Captain Duty calls.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're gonna get down the race weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
oh my God.
Well, Brett is taking care of business. We're just going to wait until he says it's time to go.
Yeah. Maybe we should get the kayaks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we go ahead and do that? All right.
Okay.
All right, out.
Awesome.
Okay, Tri-Boomer here. Brett is in the middle of the swim for the UltraBaby. He is about to complete his second lap here at Lake Bryan in Bryan College Station, Texas. And out and back is right at the Ironman distance. So he is almost complete with double the Ironman distance in a time of 2 hours and 21 minutes. So estimated finish time for the double is about 2 hours and 30 minutes. He's looking strong. He's good spirits. He's getting in his nutrition. He's getting in his hydration and his salt tablets just as he has planned. And this is going well for him. We'll check back soon. All right, Brett.
Hey.
What does it say that you've done?
7:7:19, and we've done 8:5.
Yeah, you've done 8:5.
Yeah.
So to get the total 10,000 meters, you want to go out about 1,220 out, and then turn around.
Yeah, but now my watch isn't working right.
It's not.
So we're gonna.
Shannon did hers. That was her second open water.
Yay, Shannon!
Woo!
All right.
Let's go. Come on.
So how do you feel?
Left shoulder hurts a little bit.
Okay.
But otherwise feeling fine.
All right.
Yeah.
It's as expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to go with him, Brian, and you wait for? How are you gonna know?
Well,
how far out
I need to keep going, and I need fuel in 3.5 minutes.
Okay. All right. So you did it.
So don't lag.
You did the double in 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Sweet.
Nice.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Go get it.
Are you? Do you want to break for a little bit?
I'm good.
So,
Or do you want to go with?
All right.
All right. So how much further?
I think that's it. That's 9,700.
9,700.
And 1,300 on the way back would put us at 11,000 yards.
11,000. Oh, yep.
Yeah, 97. Yeah, 11,000 yards.
That'll be more than 10 kilometers.
That'll be
sure.
over 10, just over 10K.
Yeah. Do you want a salt tablet?
Do I?
Salt tablet?
Nah, I'm good.
Well, consider that you got to get on the bike afterwards. You might want to load up on some salt now. You know what I mean?
No, I'm doing alternating.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm not drinking that much water, really. It's taken me a long time to go through a bottle.
All right. Well, you're looking strong. Your form is good. All right, man. Bring us home.
Hey!
Woohoo!
Are you drinking already?
You did it.
Are you drinking already?
Brett just finished swimming 10,000 meters. UltraBaby, ultra distance triathlon. All right, man.
Hey!
Yes.
You did it, buddy. Well done.
6.23 miles.
6.23 miles. Well done. All right. Fuel up.
6.25.
Fuel up. Get ready for your ride. 90 plus miles.
Guess what you burned? 90 miles on the bike. Can you unlock the car? Is it unlocked already?
I'll take care of it.
You got the...
All right. Getting ready to start your run. How do you feel, bud?
My bike.
Your bike?
I'm not going to run in these shoes.
Oh, your bike. See how whacked out I am. Getting ready to start
Thanks for
the bike.
supporting me, man. That was awesome.
Happy to do it. Happy to do it. You're awesome. You did great. 10 kilometers, a little over 3 hours. Nice. He's checking his gear.
Not picking up my heart rate yet.
He's checking out.
I'll see if it does it in a second.
His computer pick up his heart rate. All right. And off he goes.
No, wait. Hold on. I'm coming back.
Oh, he's coming back. This is just an equipment check. Is it working now?
Yeah, but let me make sure I got it.
Doing a check.
Got fuel, water, extra water, more water, sunscreen, music, phone, spare, patch kit, or whatever, spares. All right,
So
good.
if you think of anything, just call me. I'll
All
bring
right.
it to you.
See y'all
All right,
later.
man.
Good luck.
See you later, buddy.
I'll be back in just over an hour or so.
Nice.
Hour and 10.
Okay. All right. 11:05.
Doing fine. I'm going
All right.
slow.
One
You
loop.
made it all the way across the
One loop
back.
down.
All right.
Yeah,
How'd it
really.
feel?
Good. It
Yeah.
felt good. Sore, but good.
Oh, hi. How's it going?
Talking about doing fun. How was your first loop, dude?
I'm going really, really easy.
It's probably good policy.
It's easy right now.
Yeah. See the sun's come
But,
out.
yeah, it's getting a little warm, but the just like the swim, the first lap was really easy.
Yeah.
And then not so much the third one.
Okay. Well, you're making good time.
And
You
then,
came in at an hour 10.
Reaching behind my back to get bottles out and stuff.
Uh-huh.
My shoulder like seizes up both
Oh.
sides, from the swim. Biceps will cramp and everything because the swim was
Do
so
you want to
long.
put more water in your aero bottle?
No, this one's full.
Okay.
I barely touched it, so I've got sunscreen. Out of
We're
fresh
going to
water.
go take the kayaks back.
Okay.
And come back.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Yeah. So it's taking me an hour and 11 to do a lap.
Okay.
Well done. All right, buddy.
All right. Love you. You're doing awesome.
Oh, a little sugar for the road.
A little sugar.
All right.
Okay.
Good job.
Love you. Be safe.
See you later.
All right, so we put the kayaks in the back of the pickup truck. Emily?
Are you still recording this?
Yes, I'm still recording.
Yeah, of course you are.
Of course I am. So tell me about your morning.
Oh, wait, there's a problem.
Oh.
What's wrong?
Oh, that you
Don't take anything of mine away.
Okay.
Put it in my truck.
Okay. Brett's telling us that there are items in the pickup truck that we're using to transport the kayaks, and he wants to make sure that we remove it before we take the truck anywhere.
I'll
So,
get it in a minute.
all
So
right.
my morning was good. I
Come on.
kayaked first with Shannon, and she did a mile, and
Uh-huh.
which was awesome. Her second long outdoor, what am I trying to say? Open water swimming.
Open water
I'm like,
swim, yeah.
okay.
Her second
And
one
then-
ever?
Yeah, ever.
And she swam a mile?
Yeah, she
Good.
did awesome. And then came back, and right after that, Danny got here,
And
Dana, come on in.
Hey.
Dana, we understand that you are training for Ironman
Cozumel.
Cozumel.
Yes.
All right. And now your husband,
Yes, Ed.
Ed,
Yes.
is a fan of the show.
Yes, he is.
You want to give him a shout out?
Hey, Ed. Thanks for all the support.
There you go. There you go.
No
Shannon. She's on, I think she's on the phone. I hear her voice.
Yeah.
So how's your morning? Now you swam
I swam it back and forth, so 2.4.
2.4 miles.
About, yes.
Yeah. And how did you feel?
I felt good, but I think I need more practice before the race.
Okay, so a little bit more practice before the race. Good.
I felt great.
Great
Thank
morning.
you. Thanks to Emily for kayaking.
And Emily was kayak support on that.
That
and
was
I've never
phenomenal.
made it all the way to the other side of the lake, so that was good for me to get all the way over there. Because Kai swam all that way.
He did.
Across, and then he rode in the kayak on the way back.
That's
Isn't that hard to
amazing.
believe? I was like, oh my God, Kai's done this.
Wow.
Yeah, hard
Amazing.
to
Kids
believe.
are amazing.
Yeah.
So it's a good morning.
Yeah,
for
it's
everybody.
a great morning.
Everyone for everybody.
Yeah, thanks for everybody's help.
So Brett has done one loop, about 23 miles in an hour 10, so that's good pace. For him, that's slow.
Well,
Yeah.
he's got a long
He's got a long
Yeah,
ways.
you gotta pace yourself.
Yeah.
But he left in good spirits, and
Yeah.
mechanically the bike is fine, and he's doing all right. He said
Yeah.
his left shoulder is hurting him. It hurts him to reach back to get a
Oh.
water bottle, but other than that, no complaints.
Well, I guess I can see if he wants ibuprofen or something when he comes back.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Sure. All right. So next is to get the kayaks back.
Mhm.
Is that what you want to do? And I'll man the base here.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shannon said she would ride with me. I think in the unair conditioned truck, and but he was worried I was going to have all this stuff here. But I'll just take it out. But we're coming back.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping off the truck, so
Okay.
it's all good.
And I can
Okay.
help with whatever you all
Oh, no,
need
we're
as
good.
well.
We're good.
so.
I'm just
All right.
taking these back and then coming back.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
Perfect. Awesome.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks,
See you later.
everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Ready, break.
Break.
Yeah.
All I got to do is get checked in.
Woohoo! You're back. All right. What do you need?
I need lots of water.
Okay. Here is. This has
Hornet juice?
Hey, look this way for a second. All right.
I got to get the photos in there. Okay. Hornet juice. This is regular water.
Okay.
Okay. And I have chilled some of this for you. Do you need any salt tablets?
No, I'm good.
Okay. How's the equipment holding up?
What is that? Oh, is that fuel?
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay?
Uh-huh.
All right. So that puts you at what, 43 miles? 44?
46.
46.
Nice.
Nice.
That water jug too. I'm going to keep topping things off.
All right. Water jug? Absolutely. So we go. So Brett is back. Second lap. He's got 46 miles done in about 2 hours and 24 minutes. Oh, done. What do you need?
I need to hold the handle.
You need to hold the handle. Okay, can you do that?
Somebody hold that. Thank you.
You're going to hold
Okay.
the handle.
Okay. Tops off his arrow bottle.
Your stomach is good?
All right. It's got it topped off, fueled up.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a fuel bottle in the door over there.
Okay.
Somebody grab it.
Let's see here. Fuel bottle.
When Shannon and I
Who
were
was that?
taking the kayaks back, there's these two dudes on mountain bikes riding this way.
Okay, top off his
And
maple syrup
then we saw a guy
fuel.
Get arrested? Or what?
Well, he was like, he had his hands behind his back. And he was
Emily and Shannon saw some guy getting arrested just outside the park.
Oh, well,
Put
maybe
this
that
back in
was
the
the
door?
guy.
No, this lady. I asked her if she was okay, but I really wasn't stopping.
Emily, where are the cowbells?
I was like, you okay? And when I saw her face. Meth addict-y.
All right. Yeah, this is making great podcast stuff right here.
Tweaker. Yeah, I saw a tweaker walking.
Emily, where's the cowbells?
All right. Bye, guys.
Oh, no, okay. Never mind. See you later.
Okay, good job. Good job. You rock it.
You got it, Betty. Buddy. All right.
What's under the car?
A dog.
Oh my God, are you serious?
There's a small stray dog into the car.
Oh no, don't
All right, rocket. And off he goes. Start lap number 3. He's looking good. All right. So you just completed your 3rd lap. What's your mileage?
70.2.
70.2. So you're
almost 69, but
almost 69.
Didn't get it.
So it's getting warm out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you're going through your water. Need anything?
Going through water a little bit.
How about you've got?
Didn't bring enough.
Is that sunscreen on your leg?
Yeah.
Okay, not salt.
It could be a little bit of salt too.
All right.
But I think if I take 3 bottles, I got fuel. I got battery life.
Okay.
I think this should do me.
Do you want any solid food?
Mm-mm.
No. All right. All right. So Emily has gone to run an errand and to get Kai.
Oh.
So.
Where's whose car is she in?
She's in your brother's truck. Or her brother's truck.
Yeah.
Her brother's truck. They got the kayaks back, no problem.
Cool.
Yep. So that's done. So one less thing to worry about. So hopefully she'll be back here in time to see you finish with Kai. All right. You okay back there? You need one back there?
Nope. This one's broken.
Oh, that's right. That one's your cage is broken.
All right.
Okay. You're looking strong, buddy.
I peed at 2 hours and I need to pee again.
All right.
Almost at 4 hours, so I guess I'm hydrated enough.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're looking good. You got your color, so you got your
feel
wit
all
about
right.
you. Yeah. All right, man.
Listening to Megadeth.
Of course. All right, buddy.
So,
see ya.
everything's good.
Woohoo!
All right, thanks, man.
Anytime. Yep, I'll get it.
How are you doing? You all right?
I'm fine. I'm just happy as all get out. I'm good. See ya. And that's how we bring Brett in for the last part of his 90-mile ride. Oh, and he gets a kiss. Trophy girl. What up? All right, man. Congratulations. A high five from Kai. Okay. There you go. Emily's going to take a photo. Okay, position yourself.
Back up so you're really giving me a high five.
Just stand still.
Oh, my God. Yeah. All right. How do you feel?
Like a waffle.
Yeah, it's a little warm.
And I got maple syrup.
That's your
you got
butter
maple
right
syrup
there,
on
the
it.
sunscreen.
Yeah.
And it smells like maple.
It got hard off and
and your
on
sweater's
because
maple.
it's getting dehydrated from the sun.
Mhm. 92 miles? Is that what you did?
93.6.
Oh wow.
93.6 in
just under 5 hours.
Yeah, 4:58.
Nothing.
Well done.
Nothing.
No,
Nice.
nothing too.
No, it didn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That hurt.
Cool.
All right, man.
All right.
Are you
Let's
ready?
go
All
eat
right.
something.
Let's go eat. Out. Day 2 of UltraBaby, the ultra distance triathlon, and Brett is out on the bike course with Dana. Dana has joined him. She's going to ride the entire 172 miles as well, and Shannon, another triathlete, is going to ride maybe 20 or so of the course. The course consists of 8 loops of a out and back course along the feeder road of a highway here in Bryan, College Station, Texas. It's so what they are going to complete. This is Brett and Dana are 7 loops of 11 miles out, 11 miles back. They're going to do that 7 times, and then for their 8th loop, it's going to be a little bit shorter. So they'll go about 8 out and 8 back, totaling right around 172. It's a clear day here, not a cloud in the sky. Winds about 5 miles sustained out of the north, dry. So the humidity is going to be a lot lower than it was yesterday, but with the sun up and no shade at all, we're expecting temperatures to reach into the low 90s. Humidity is low, so the heat index will also be in the low 90s. There's not a bit of shade on this course, maybe what you get from the occasional 18-wheeler that'll pass along, but no shade at all. And so Brett and Dana left about an hour ago. I'm expecting to see them in here the next 10 minutes. So we'll be back with audio to interview them, talk about how their first lap went. All right, here they are, Dana and Brett, completing their first 22-mile loop, about an hour 15. Looking happy, all smiles. They came in together. All right, man.
Hey,
how do you feel?
I rode with her the first loop, so she knows, the route.
Okay.
She loved it.
Nice.
And just cruising along.
All right, what do you need?
I just grabbed a water bottle. That's all I needed.
Okay.
When I come back and you have that one full, then maybe back in there with this one.
You got it.
That's it.
All right, man.
All right.
Okay, so we had you at an hour 15.
Did you see Shannon? Shannon's out there too somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't see
So.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You all
See ya.
right?
Oh, yeah. We're just cruising on the road.
Okay.
Wait a second. I want to get you on the podcast while you're doing that.
I'll be right out.
And off he goes. See ya. He's looking strong. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. All right. Before you go, how was it?
It was awesome. It was a little windy on the way back, but it's a really nice course and nice rolling hills, so
Good.
It's going to be a fun day.
Great. All right.
Headed back out.
All right. See ya. You don't need anything? You good on water? Good on fuel? All right. See ya.
I know, baby. I'm sorry.
And
Maybe I won't stop again. This is too traumatic. I'm sorry.
Dana's son, who's 17 months old here, was excited to see Mom, and not too thrilled that she's leaving. So, but off she goes. About noon.
All right.
All right. So, second lap good.
Second lap good.
Your wheels are feeling fine.
Yeah.
Stomach's fine.
Yeah.
All good.
All good.
All right, man.
Fine like sunshine or something like that.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Off he goes. Start of lap number 3.
Okay, so those are compression sleeves on his calf?
Those are yes. And what he has on his arms are arm coolers. They're designed to wick the moisture away and keep it cool. Yeah.
Cool.
It's got all the cool gear.
So I never know if I haven't used compression sleeves yet, but how do you know, or when do you use them during running or biking versus after for recovery?
Some people use them for both.
Okay.
They'll use a separate set. So the idea of the concept is that while you're exercising, they hold the muscle more in place, so the shaking, the jiggling, the vibration, so you have less fatigue there. It also helps return the blood back up through the body, so that circulation helps the muscle. The same concept when you're done, but often folks will use just another set for that.
With different types of?
Yeah, I think
that doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter. Different manufacturers will promote that their weaving or material is a little bit different, but it's the same orthopedic support hose concept of increasing circulation and compressing the muscle so it doesn't fatigue as much. That's the concept. Now there are some people who try it and they say, hey, no noticeable difference.
Right.
There are other people who swear by it.
Yeah, like anything.
Yep. All right, out. An update. We are 7 hours and 28 minutes into the UltraBaby Ultra Distance Triathlon Challenge. Today is day 2. It is a 172-mile bike ride. Brett has completed 6 of the 8 laps. 7 of them 22 miles. The 8th lap is 18 miles. That will get him right at 172 miles overall. He's looking good. He's consistently doing each of the loops at an hour and 10 or 11, and he's feeling strong. Although he is saying that it is getting hot and the heat is beginning to get to him. So he is hydrating, making sure that he's getting his electrolytes and he's getting his fuel, and so he's doing everything right. Also on the course is Dr. Dana. Dr. Dana is training for Ironman Cozumel, and she is looking to complete the 172-mile course as well. She's been through now 5 times, and so she's working on her 6th loop. She has been complaining a little bit about some stomach issues and some digestion issues, and she's looking to complete this loop, and will continue on if that's what she's feeling like she wants to do. So the athletes are doing well. And also on a side note, Kai Bear scored a winning goal in his soccer match to take the game at 2-1. So big happy shout out to Kai as well. All right, I'll be back with an update soon. Out. All right, 8 hours, 23 minutes into it. The end of lap 7. Nice split, dude. Nice bike split. Did you ever find your water bottle?
I found it. I haven't picked it up yet.
Okay. All right, what do you need?
I think that's fine. I'm going to pick it up.
All right.
Okay, left back.
What do you need?
Water?
Water?
Dana just came through, like she just left, and she's been 136.9. She's going to try to do 150 and stop. She's dizzy. And I said, you don't think you need to stop? And she's like, no, I really want to do 150. I know. She's stubborn like everyone else here.
Like who?
And she's a physician. I'm like, really? And she goes, I know.
Dad, I won my...
Are you recording it?
Yes.
Oh, great.
I heard you scored the goal. You get the sunburn.
I know.
You go, sir?
Yeah, nurse, I know.
Yeah, I've only got a little bit to go, and I'm done.
About 16 to go?
That's it?
So your last short loop, remember?
I got like 13 to go.
13 to go?
Where are you looking at that?
60.
Okay.
All right.
All right, you feeling good?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, you're strong. All right, last loop. Nice split.
You want any Advil or you?
Hey, could you go get me a Whataburger? So
Okay.
here, one of my
There's Dana right there.
with
jalapenos?
jalapenos? Yeah.
Okay.
A fry and a real Coke.
So how long are you thinking this is going to take for 13?
45 minutes.
Okay.
All right, man. See ya.
Take it, Kai.
Here comes Dana. 9 hours and 4 minutes. All right. All right.
All done.
Awesome job.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So what's your total? 150. 150.
Yes.
You stud. 150.1. You overachiever. You.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Hi,
well done.
guys.
Gets a kiss from hubby and from her son. That's how you do it.
Hi, my
That's right. Well done.
Thanks, guys.
How do you feel?
Better.
Good. You look better.
That's good.
You look,
Yeah, that
you
last
look
lap
better.
I cruised.
Me out a little bit. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I
looking
wasn't
better.
feeling good in the middle.
All right. You need anything?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well.
I just wanna. Are you okay, sweetie?
Yeah.
That's my breath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was fun. That was a good time.
I got with your phone or I can text you.
Sure, yeah.
150 miles. That was fun. That was a good time. Said very few people ever.
Yeah, right.
You heard one here. That's great. All right.
That the person waiting to be committed to anything.
Yeah, something like that. Like, great.
Okay.
Get take a photo. Yeah, get a family photo there. There you go. That's right. Well done.
Okay.
Sweet.
And look here.
Yeah. There you go.
You're in the sun, lady.
Here we are. The end. 172 miles. UltraBaby. Ultra distance triathlon. What did he say? He didn't get it. He needs a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right. He is wanting to be legit. Make sure his odometer crosses over 170.0. 9 hours, 15 minutes. Are you there?
I think I need to be removed from my bicycle.
Peeled off from it? Look at you.
Permanently affixed to it? Oh, wait.
Look at you.
Like on Dumb and Dumber when they had to peel off the
It was 176 miles.
ZenTri, 176 miles. There you did.
All right.
Well done.
All
All right. Kiss from his best.
Thank you.
Kiss from his girl. Hey, Dana. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job.
Well done.
Did you high five? High five?
There you go. High five. Yeah.
I don't feel that bad.
Good.
I just, back and forth between feeling bad and not feeling bad.
Oh, all of us? We got to get the photos. Oh, yeah. Get ZenTri nurse has got to be in there. All right. Well done, bud.
Way to go. Everyone told you.
Okay. Picture there, too.
You want me in there?
Okay, cool. I'll take
All right.
it too.
Okay.
So
What's your reaction to this?
I'm glad he's done.
Yeah, me too. Me too. 176.
It's been a long day.
9 hours, 15 minutes. That is Dudley. All right.
Crazy.
Okay. Day 2 is done. See ya. All right, day 3 of UltraBaby. Brett's getting ready for his 52-mile run. Woo! And we're discussing nutrition, course, time checks. Wish there was a nurse in the house.
Only.
And lubing your
I
undercarriage.
think the nurse has decided to be off duty.
Well, my patient won't listen to me anyway, so why should I try?
I listen to you. I'm really well hydrated. I'm weighing myself every night and every morning, every day, to make sure I'm staying hydrated, and it's working.
It is working.
I'm adding salt to everything. I had cereal this morning. I sprinkled salt on my cereal.
I saw you salting your salt.
Yeah.
That's good. So you've lost only 1 pound?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I heard?
I'm doing something fast.
Okay.
1 pound. That's it.
That's good.
So
All
that's within a margin of error,
I mean, that,
of hydration, who knows?
so
But it's pretty even.
call that the same. So last night we marked the run course. We have it's through your neighborhood here in the subdivision, Bryan, Texas, and there are 2 courses.
College Station, Texas.
College
We
Station.
don't go to Bryan.
Oh. All right. Well, you spell it with a Y down here.
Yeah.
See, where I grew up, because my name is spelled with an I.
Oh, yeah.
But my mother would pronounce my name. It would be 2 syllables, Bryan.
Bryan.
But then I came.
Like Emily.
But I came to Texas, and I realized that they corrected me that my name only has 1 syllable. Bryan.
Oh yeah.
Bryan.
B-R-I-N-E. Bryan.
Salty water that you put cucumbers in to make pickles. But anyhow, we digress. We marked the course. We have 2 courses. Course A, Course B.
Mm-hmm.
Course A is
Loop A and Loop B.
Loop A and Loop B.
For variety.
That's right. Each one is.
I'm about to look it up to see how long each one is.
Okay. I'm guesstimating about 3 miles.
Yeah, one's 3 and one's 2.9 or something like that.
Okay. So.
We had fun watching the Ironman World Championships last night.
Yeah. Great performance. Go TO. Go.
I'm trying to find out if Lionel Sanders actually wore a camelback on the bike, which is both ridiculous and also super smart, because I did that in an Ironman or something one time, something long, and it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It was really smart. You can load it up with ice, to stay cool. Okay. So maybe that's what he did. And it's real aerodynamic. So.
Why are you asking if he did that?
Because I saw a rumor on the interwebs.
Got to double check everything on that. All right, so
let's see.
Doing a distance check here.
Distance.
Yeah, so we were marking the course last night, and we had like the neighborhood watch came and it grilled us like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing? Are you lost?
Are you lost? Why are you?"
And I go.
It was in a New York accent, Brian.
That was my New York accent. Well, you boys lost. What are you doing, Mrs. Kravitz?
I said, remember, I go, no, we're good. Are you lost? Or, remember?
Yeah. You trying to find someplace?
Are you trying to find something? Yeah. And then, and she goes, no, you guys are just, I see you guys kind of just hanging around doing stuff. And I said, no, we're marking a run course. Lived here for years. Lived here forever or something.
Lived forever. She's like, okay.
Okay.
Where was this again, Brett?
Up by Castlegate Park. Okay, so the whole thing is 6.12 miles.
If you want to run it with us, feel free to come out.
So if you ran loop A and B, it's 6.12
miles.
12 miles. I know where we're going.
Yeah, okay. Red season, high season. All right. So, and we're waiting on see if we're joined by anybody.
So I'm going to start at 7.
Yeah.
That way we have an even start time, which is in 10 minutes.
Mm.
And well, that doesn't really matter that much. But and also to take advantage of the cool weather, because at 7 we'll be able to see, and it's actually a little bit cool outside for a while.
Yeah.
And unlike the biking and the swimming, it's not as much cooling flow across the body. So I'm really worried about getting overheated today. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and then Kai's going to go with me on his bicycle while I run for a while. Can you stay here?
Absolutely.
And when Dana shows up,
I'll show
her the course.
Yep.
And now I just need to go lube my crotch.
Yep.
That's all you're not going to have.
I'm not going to get any assistance from the nurse, apparently. I've already asked.
Apparently.
I'm making pancakes.
Would you like some audio
Of course,
recording
we
of
might
that?
start later. Lower. Lower. Lower.
Oh, man. UltraBaby 2015 Ultra Distance Triathlon Day 3 has begun. It's a 52-mile, probably maybe a mile or two even longer than that run here in College Station. Brett took off exactly at 7 o'clock on the dot with his son Kai, who's 11, and they ran the first of 18 3-mile loops. And Brett's looking good. He's running a steady 10 minutes per mile pace. He has now completed 3 loops. He has run 1 with Kai, as I mentioned, and then he's run 1 with Emily, and he's also run 1 with their friend Shannon. Once they started on the course, I then went out and remarked and did some additional marking of the course and made sure that the course is clear, and it is. And I also rode alongside, I'm on a mountain bike, rode alongside Dr. Dana as she completed her first 2 3-mile loops. She'll probably get in around 15 miles or so is her plan. So it's another beautiful day here, a little bit more hazy than yesterday. We got winds coming out of the south, so there's a bit more humidity. Expected high today is 95 with humidity close to 80%, so it's going to get sticky for Brett here later on. But we're holding down the transition area, which is the garage of their home, tossing the football and playing with the dogs. So we're just going to wait for him to come on in, and we'll give you an update. See you.
Oh, who's got the fuel? I got it.
10 laps down. See you, Brett. Yep. 10 laps down. Each lap about 3 miles. 5 hours and 55 minutes. So he's making great time. Oh, yeah. Huh. Huh. Yeah. That's right. All right. Finish mile 17, or lap 17 of 18. Right, man?
I feel like I'm in a zombie movie.
Got it.
You got this, though. You got it. What do you need, buddy?
Wheelchair?
A wheelchair?
Holy crap.
We'll have that at the end.
Yeah.
All right, you got it.
3 miles.
Last bit.
Hey,
Go, go, go.
Pull those scooters out and leave them here in case you go.
Yeah, there's a man on a mission. That's a man that's been working hard. Yeah, good guy.
45 minutes.
Good guy, y'all.
I would be back.
Thanks
in
for
less
listening.
than 45 minutes.
You want me to get in cash? Let me see. Mom just doing nothing.
Here he is. Last 50 yards, 11 hours, 41 minutes. UltraBaby concludes day 3 with the 52-mile run. Coming in, a steady jog. Emily by his side. Kai and friends have the blue ribbons stretched out across the road. The cowbells are ringing. Slowly making his way to the finish line.
Okay, I've got the recorder going. He's got his own recording information, his own recording device going. He stopped to start his MP3 recorder. Oh yeah, sitting down afterwards. All right, man.
Hey, dude.
Congratulations.
Thank you all, man.
You are welcome. You are
I
welcome.
did it.
An amazing feat. You did it. Yes, you did do it.
Freaking did it, dude.
You freaking did it. That's right.
I freaking did it. I'll
Yeah,
edit that out.
There you go.
We'll take it out in post.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Well done. Well done. All right.
Did you have fun, dude?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm happy to be part of this, small part of what you did. I'm happy to do my
It
little
was
bit.
so cool, all the people that came out. That
Yeah.
was nice.
Yeah.
It's just the right amount.
Yeah. Very good. Well, congratulations, dude.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to let you...
You got to go?
No.
Okay.
Let you get all refueled and relaxed and all that, and we'll catch up.
We were crossing the intersection way down there, and right in the middle of the intersection, right before it, I started feeling really bad.
Yeah.
And then I grabbed him and I go, I got to throw up. And I threw up dead center in the intersection crossing the street. And there was cars trying to turn. And it was water, liquid, just projectile, and just probably like a quart or two of just water.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, whatever it was, but liquid. And
because you hadn't had solid food in
oh my God,
12 hours.
Yeah. And Emily, was making sure I was okay and stuff, and I kept throwing up, and then finally it stopped, and then I started walking and felt way better. So that was the reason I was lagging so bad, was something in my stomach. So
wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Brode. Always an awesome guy from the great city of Dallas. Came down to help out with all that. Spent 3 days with me doing that UltraBaby ridiculousness. So I hope that everybody can show him some respect and thank him for doing that. That was really, really, really cool. And hopefully next year he'll come down and do whatever I do next year, or I'll go do whatever he does. We've been doing stuff together for years and years and years now. He's definitely my wingman. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and read off some donations to the show. And I had a fantastic email from somebody that I've lost, and it was just like, man, this show is so awesome. Everybody ought to listen to it. Signed, this guy. And I wish I had it, and I can't find it. But let me go read off other emails and donations. Brian Kemper, Todd Endicott, Jessica Woodruff, Dan Macchia, Allison Frutos, Matthew Frois, M. Webb, Erica Dennison, El Senor, Tyler Moyer, Spiros Fetsis, Peter Salzin, Dwayne Morin, longtime donor, Nathaniel Lebeck, Joseph Rogalski, what's up, Joe? And Daniel Stark. Joseph, let me back up. Joseph is one tough dude, man. Okay, Richard Tragau, Houston Marsh, and Ken Soderquist, and Ralph Jacobson, who I coach. And I think that's it. If you want to donate to ZenTri, it's really easy to do. You go to the left side of the podcast page, zentriathlon.com, and look for the donate by PayPal button. And we don't do all that Patreon complication and all that stuff. You just donate straight up and then be done with it. Piece of cake. And that's the way we roll. So you can set up a one-time or a multiple recurring donation, a subscription for just like $3.95 a month. It's almost nothing. But it helps out. You listen to all those names I just listed out. Man, that really helps out with bandwidth and with justifying the time that it takes to put together a show and doing all this craziness with stringing everything together. And also, I wanted to mention Hornet Juice. If you want the Hornet Juice, you can't go without it, dude. I mean, this stuff is just crazy. I used it during the UltraBaby, on day 1 and day 2. With all the running on day 3, I think I went without it. And that was probably a mistake, right? Day 3 was my hardest day. Should have stuck with it. But I did maple syrup and hornet juice and green tea powder. And those 3 together had me just cruising along with hardly any trouble whatsoever, and just sipping on fuel. And those were 9 and 10-hour days, 3 days in a row. One day, day 3 was a 12-hour day. And hornet juice is an amino acid that turns on your body. It's basically a protein that it's just a powder, and it's not that many calories at all. It's like 60 calories, and it lasts an hour and a half, and it signals your body to burn extra fat, so it gives you extra energy. And also that protein can help repair your muscles a little bit while you're exercising, especially these long days, like big training days. And when you take it, it feels like diesel fuel. It's absolutely amazing. I get so many emails from people that are like, holy crap, you were not kidding. It's absolutely crazy. And the whole thing, where I can tell if you're doing repeat orders. And yeah, it's like a 10-pack and then 30 where people come back and go, holy crap, that was amazing. And yeah, so check it out, man. I'm really excited to, they're probably my longest sponsor, maybe. I think so. I've been doing that forever, and I use it on a regular basis. I got some in my pantry that I just ordered the other day, and when I get back into long hours, I'm going to start using it again, which will probably be pretty soon. I keep getting asked what my next thing is, and the only thing I've signed up for officially is the Ironman in Whistler next summer, like July. So I need to sign up for some stuff. I'll probably do Galveston half and then a couple other things leading up to that. And my left foot is a little bit injured, so I'm trying to keep that together and not get hurt any worse than it is. And after, I'll go ahead and tell you now, I've been doing, tomorrow if I run another 7 miles, that'll be 50 miles in a week. And that's actually pretty easy. It's an hour a day, hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes, kind of depending on, kind of what you're doing. But the left foot is got severe plantar fasciitis in it, so I'm just jogging really easy. Because if I jog hard or I jog fast or if I jog uphill, then it hurts bad the next day. If I just jog easy, then it doesn't hurt the next day. So it seemed to take forever to heal. And I'm trying to do everything I can to see if I can get it to heal without actually stopping training, because I enjoy training. It's a lifestyle, and I enjoy it. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next segment of the show. I sat down and went through all the details of what I did to train for and race the UltraBaby. And so all the details where you're trying to figure out if you want to do this yourself, what it takes. I also looked at volume. I trained at most like 22 hours per week for a few weeks, and then I would do a week easy, then I'd go back and hit it hard. But it wasn't all about volume. I did a lot of hard intensity work on the bike. I considered the whole thing to really be a biking race, because that amount of time on the bike, a full day and a half on the bike, and then having to run after that meant that if I was a crappy biker, well, then my legs would be destroyed for the run. So if I was an Uber biker, well, then I could just bike easy, and then my legs would be pretty good shape for the run. And that's exactly how it turned out. And that's a strategy that I think a lot of people could use on Ironmans, where their run sucks in an Ironman, so they train the run. Well, by the time they get to the run, because they haven't trained the bike, well, their legs are pretty trashed. And actually, being an incredible cyclist makes it so the bike doesn't bother you, and then you can start the run with legs that aren't defaced so incredibly. But let's go ahead and get started with the audio. And when you come back, I'll tell you who won the Ronda Rousey fight and my impressions on it. Why don't we do that? That'd be pretty cool. All right, here we go. All right, let's go ahead and get started with recording the wrap-up on little tips and bits and tricks that I used to accomplish the UltraBaby. And let's go ahead and start off with, I'm in the training cave, and I just had a baked potato with a guacamole. Guacamole is really high in fat. It's really good. And then fiber, and now I'm drinking a green tea, matcha powder green tea that I shake every once in a while in a water bottle. And with the baked potato, I got guacamole and sriracha sauce and sea salt. And then the matcha powder I'm drinking right now with a little bit of salt in it. And what's the other thing? I forgot what I put in. Oh, a little bit of fiber. I'm going to try high fiber supplementation for a little while. Try to start losing weight for Ironman Canada next summer. I want to get it figured out, so start now. Anyway, I got about 15 pounds I could lose. So the thing is, somebody asked me the other day, and now we're about 2 weeks out from doing Ultraman, maybe 3 weeks. Somebody asked me the other day how long I trained for it. And I thought about it for a minute, and I said, actually about 10 years. So what happened was around 2006, 2007, I did Ironman Wisconsin, and I'd already done 2 self-supported Ironmans, but I really didn't know what I was doing, and I got professionally coached that year, 2006, 2007. And I got a real tri-bike, and that's when the training got very real. Dropped my time by 2 hours, and then I learned how to actually train, like how to schedule things, kind of like food timing. Well, there's like training timing. When do you bike? When do you run? When do you swim? All that stuff. And that was really cool. So 10 years of training, but the whole past year has been with it on my mind, and because trying to do an Ultraman was my scared straight. It was finally something big enough where I didn't know what I was doing, so I better really buckle down and train seriously and train really hard. And a lot of times people don't do the right thing until they have an epic event, which changes their mind. Like quitting smoking. Well, their relative gets lung cancer. They get lung cancer. And they're like, well, I better quit. Well, I decided that I was going to do a self-supported Ultraman. And then I was like, crap. And I really, I searched my feelings and really decided, I'm really going to do this. I really want to do it. And the result was, man, you are going to have to train a lot. And so finally I actually did the amount of training that I should be doing for an Ironman, to do better in an Ironman, is my opinion. And having never done an Ultraman, I didn't know exactly how much training, I should do or whatever, just that it was just tons, absolutely tons. And I didn't do tons of training per se. I did a lot of polarized training, which is where you're mixing in intervals and stuff, and it worked fine. But I did as much training as my time allowed for. And that all reminds me, I want to cover in a future episode about Feng Shui. And that's where you try to organize your life and your stuff and the things that you do with flow, so that you channel energy and you use the natural flow of things to make your life a little bit better. And I learned about that probably in 2001. And all this Zen stuff and all this triathlon stuff and like when I was working with Tawny and I wasn't really sure, like, this isn't really ringing true with me and stuff, but like whether or not I was going to do an Ultraman, not really buckling down on it until I really decided that I felt like for sure I wanted to know it. That's all like really paying attention to your feelings. And then it's kind of like, if only do stuff if it's hell yeah, and don't do stuff say hell no unless it's hell yeah, and really going with the flow and stuff. I've learned actually over the years, I think Zen is a lot of feng shui. And I've learned a lot about it. I want to cover that in future episodes, the feng shui of how to do things. I had a big moment in my life where I used it, and it really worked. And it changed me forever. So back in 2001. All right, so we'll cover that in a future episode. I think it's really cool. Another thing is people couldn't comprehend the distances that I was trying to do when I told them. So eventually I wrote it down at work on the dry erase board. So when people would just casually, I didn't go around talking about it all the time, but people would say, okay, you're going to do what again? And I'd go, okay, there it is, right there. Because the distances, when you it's, they're like, I wouldn't drive that far in a day. I hate driving 50 miles. And you're going to run that, and which day is that? You get kind of like all sidetracked or whatever. It's nice just to have it written down. But really, that helps save you time and trying to explain it to people. And then also, because the more you save time and the more clear you can be, actually, you might be able to get some help from people because now it's clear to them. They'll say, oh, you know what? I could probably help you with that run on Sunday. I'll be around town or wherever you're going to do something. And also, I'm always trying to talk about this as this is self-supported Ultraman, but this kind of stuff applies, to anything that you're doing. Let's see. I went farther on the bike than they do in Ultraman Hawaii to make up for the elevation gain difference. I'm reading notes that I've got here. And again, when John was interviewing me, I was re-listening to it, and he made the comment. So why'd you go farther? You kind of wanted to stick it to him, And I just laughed and I said, well, maybe, but actually, out of respect for Ultraman Hawaii, if I had the money, I totally would have gone and done Ultraman Florida to qualify for Ultraman Hawaii, all this stuff, right? It's more of a money issue and almost entirely a money and a time issue. I'm just not in a place where I can do it. So because I can't, pay to do all this stuff, and I got a family and all that, I can't take time away from work to go do it. I just did it on my own. And so I was trying, when I started looking at the elevation differences, I was pretty blown away by how much climbing that they do on the bike at Ultraman Hawaii. And I've done lots of hilly races, lots of mountain biking, lots of all kinds of stuff. And that shit is real. When there's elevation gain, that slows you down. It slows you down and it wears you out. It's a double whammy. And so I was trying to make my event as comparable to theirs as I possibly could out of respect, not to stick it to them whatsoever. I don't want to go around saying I've done an Ultraman when it's not, it's significantly easier than the one that they do. So that's why I went further on the bike. My plan was to go further on the swim and further on the run, but that turned out to not really happen, and I'm okay with that. It was fun. I went just a tiny bit further, and that's my habit whenever I do a self-supported anything, just to verify that at least I did the distance, because you always get a little percentage of error. So I'd rather err, 1 or 2% on the positive side. And that's that. Okay, that's enough of that crap. Anyway, when I went by Aggieland Bike Shop to tell them my local bike shop, to tell them what I was planning on doing, I just mentioned it offhanded, that I was going to do that in a week or something, or a couple weeks. Their comment was, the guy just looked at me and he goes, "You're going to need a new drivetrain." And he meant, I'm just going to wear my freaking bike out. And I'm actually on the prowl for a bike sponsor, and I love the new Canyon and BMC and Cervelos and all that other stuff. So if you know of somebody or you are somebody that wants to work with me on a bike sponsorship for a replacement bike, because I've got 3 years on this frame and then 10 years on some of the accoutrements, the wheels and all that stuff. I'm definitely on the prowl, and then you would have a title bike sponsor for the podcast. all the time. I mention my bike constantly. Anyway, the quote I have here from this guy named Malte Bruns, and oh yeah, so he said that this is the age grouper, the German age grouper that won Kona. If you listen to the last episode, you'll say that I had the endorphin rush hit me, the runner's high, a bizarre one that was totally like morphine or heroin, which is those are basically your body's chemicals for the endorphin rush, dopamine and serotonin that you get from doing something awesome. Hold on, I can take a sip. Okay, that tastes like crap. I took it, or I had it 2 days later when I walked into Target. I was listening to this interview, which you're like, why didn't it happen during or like immediately after, right? And Malte Bruns was doing an interview, maybe on I Am Talk, and he said, his quote is, yeah, at some point on my flight back home, 4 days later, I got quite a rush of endorphins realizing what I did. Not just in this race, but also during the whole year. So he said he was sitting on the plane and just had a runner's high hit him all of a sudden. And I bet when he was done with the race, he was just kind of tooling around the island, and that's no big deal because he's been around the island for a while. But then getting to the airport and getting on the plane, wham! It was like, whoa, weird, man. And that's exactly what happened to me when I walked into Target, being surrounded by a totally different scenario and scene. Okay, I got 0 cramps the entire time of this thing, which is absolutely amazing because a lot of races I get cramps and stuff. And what I did was listening to Tawny Prazak's show, the same lady that mentioned using maple syrup, which is also what I used during the entire thing, maple syrup and hornet juice. She said preload with salt. And so I thought, I'm going to give that a try because it made sense what she was talking about. Plenty of salt in your system so your body can dig into it as needed. And yeah, so like I just salted everything the whole week leading up to the, not the week, but a few days leading up to the race. And every spare, any time I had, any meal at night, overnight, salt, 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 salt. And it worked. And also, polarized training has you doing intervals. And those make you super strong and your muscles really resistant to fatigue. And cramps, in my experience, cramps come from being undertrained, underhydrated, undersalted, and then going too far or too hard. That combination will lead you to cramps. And it happens all the time, happens in training, happens to lots of people lots of times. And so by going easy, but in training, so my average watts on the bike was like 175 watts. But in training, I was doing intervals of like 400 watts, just for a minute or two. But your muscles can handle huge output. You train yourself up to stuff like that. Well, then you're really making your muscles stronger than what the event is going to throw at you. And so as long as you stay on top of your salt and your hydration, boom, you should be covered, And as long as you don't do a race that's a lot harder or go too fast or go farther than what you trained for, then you should be fine. And I've noticed that too. I'll go into a race undertrained and I'll get like cramps, stuff like that. I go into a race trained and you hardly ever get cramps. And then the whole salt thing, right? There's not that seems to be the whole mystery right there. So if you have problems, then you ought to rewind that and let's do it again or send me an email. And let's see. On the bike, I did training. The bike course I picked out that I made for myself was really hilly for around here. And so what I did was I knew I was going to be sitting upright and riding like that a bunch. So what I did, a lot of my training, I did 5 minutes in the arrow position, 1 minute sitting upright. 5 minutes in the arrow position, 1 minute sitting upright. So that way I was working both systems. If they use your leg muscles slightly differently, and that broke up my training, so that was really nice. Another thing I did was before the race, it hit me like a few weeks out. Like, I wonder what everybody's time was like for the swim and for the run and and for the bike, like what were good mile per hours, and how long did they finish the winners, and stuff. And as soon as I thought of that, I told myself, don't look, do not look, because then what you'll do is you'll be comparing yourself, and you'll be trying to speed up, because like what if you're a few minutes behind, like one of the best times. And so now if you just speed up a little bit, you can match somebody's time, and you could talk about how you match somebody's time, whatever. And I thought that is the recipe for disaster. Do not do that. And so I didn't. And it was kind of hard, but actually not that hard. I just purposely did not go look at other people's times. And I think that was a huge part of the success in getting it done. I tapered for a couple of weeks, starting with a vacation in Boston. We went to Boston, I think it was. And that vacation in Boston, we were there 4 days. My legs were killing me because right before that, I had crushed them. Doing hard running, hard biking. And then that 4 days, I didn't do anything. And by the end of that, my legs felt a little bit better. And then the weekend before we did the UltraBaby, I did some hard training on the bike, like short, hard intervals to keep my legs tough. And I think that was it. Yeah, and then more salt on everything. Okay, so day before the race, that was all the lead-up stuff to the race. Day before the race, we had to go rent kayaks. I had to borrow my brother-in-law's truck, which I think he still owes me the straps back. And went and checked the lake temperature with Brian. Marked the bike course with duct tape. That's really cool. So I went and bought hot pink, fluorescent pink duct tape, several rolls of it, and then just stuck it to the ground and then stomped up and down with it. Brian Brode went with me, and we did that together. That was a lot of fun. And while we were out on the course, we stopped by the lake and checked the water temperature, and it looked like it was going to be warm enough to swim without a wetsuit, which was cool. And then also that day, I shaved my legs since the swim was not going to be... and it does save a significant amount of time on the bike to shave your legs. So the swim, I wasn't going to be wearing a wetsuit. And so I was like, okay, I need to shave my legs. And I just used an electric clipper and did that. I didn't really shave. It got it down enough. And then we went and bought 7 gallons of water to keep in my car over the next few days. Did some math. I kind of figured out how much water I'd need. Turns out I didn't use that much for some reason. But anyway, I also went and bought, like the week leading up, a whole bunch of maple syrup, and I used that the whole time for my fuel. And it worked great up until the second half of the run on the last day. And that actually gets complicated. When you're piling on food at night, and also the heat of the run, it's hard to tell what's making your digestive tract back up. It could be what you ate the night before or the day before. So, except for that, it seemed to work really, really, really well. And that was cool. All right, day one was the swim and the bike. 8 hours and 32 minutes total, including a 20-minute transition. Getting my bike out of the car and putting the rear wheel on. And... let's see, on the swim, I stopped for fuel every 20 minutes, and I told Brian that before we got going, and just swam super easy. I think Brian said that I swam, it was back and forth across the lake, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and he said I was knocking out the same pace constantly. I was never slowing down, just kind of cruising along, and that was cool. I think that was... we started at 7:30 in the morning, and the swim took me 3 hours and 13 minutes for 10K, 6.2 miles. So, I'm trying to think. That was about, I don't know what that was. I forgot what pace that is. I'd have to go look that up. Anyway, I'm going to post the links to the workouts, quote unquote, the swims and the bike and the run, and swim and the bikes and the run on the blog at zentriathlon.com. You can go see like how fast I was going and where I went, elevation gain, all that stuff. 20 minutes for fueling. I would just take some more, maple syrup, and just keep on going with a little bit of hornet juice mixed in. And something interesting happened. My right shoulder started rubbing from my chin stubble. I shaved the day before or the day before that, and that was weird. I've never had that happen before, where my chin rubbed my shoulder. It's odd, to the point of where it left a little rash over the next few days, like burn and rug burn from my chin. Okay, so then the bike ride, I ended up doing, once I got on, 93.64 miles, and I averaged like 18.5 miles per hour, something like that. And what I did is I pretty much went by heart rate. And to me, heart rate is critical because it's the reflection of what the work that you're doing on your body and the stuff that you're doing on your body. Now, so watts is the work that you're putting out. That's nice and very important. So that's contraceptive, right? Don't put out more watts, or do put out enough watts, all that stuff, right? But that's the input is your watts, but your output is your heart rate. The effect that the environment, the work, the hydration, and the fuel is on your body. So I was trying to keep my heart rate lowish. And how do you do that? Well, you hydrate, and towards the end, my heart rate started climbing a little bit, and so I slowed down more and drank more water to bring my heart rate back down, and that worked. It worked great. What did I wear on the bike? I wore a cycling kit. I think the Amrita kit the first day, and that was my second most comfortable kit, is the Amrita one. And it had, I also wore DeSoto arm coolers, which work really well. They're my favorite ones. And then Skin-Sake is like this lube that's sticky, and I put a ton of it on my crotch and my taint and all that crap before starting off on the bike. I only had to put it on once. Now this bike ride, this 90-something bike ride, 93.6 mile bike ride, I'd gotten up to doing 90 miles once or twice in training. And so I wasn't really worried about that, right? It's just a long swim, and then the bike ride's going to be kind of hot, but just go easy. I'm not getting into some unknown territory on that. Combining it with a huge swim, yeah, that's pretty interesting. But I tapered, for almost a week and been eating and salting and everything. So I was like, okay, that's not going to be that big of a deal. But I had, of course, a couple unusual things happen. The very first time I reached behind my back to grab a water bottle off the rear bottle cage carrier thing, my arm seized up, and then I was like, crap. And then I switched. I was like, well, maybe it's just that one arm. Maybe I'll try my other arm and reach out on the other side. Nope. Same problem. And I was wearing a full cycling kit, right? So I was using the jersey pockets on the back for stuff, for food and, just anything. I was holding salt pills, my phone and all that. And that's higher up on your back. So reaching behind your back to grab those really hurt. And I was like, well, that's new. Haven't really experienced that before. And then, so that was a new experience to me. And also, I think it was day one. Yeah, it was day one. I was reaching for the bottle, and it felt loose in the cage, but it was in the right spot. So then I pulled the bottle out, was holding it in my teeth, and then I felt the cage, and the cage was cracked. And I was like, crap. And then, but then that made me really glad that I was carrying water bottle, or I had on the cycling jersey, right? Because you can put water bottles in the jersey pockets behind you. And so that came in handy big time. So I was glad that I wore a cycling jersey with the big pockets. For something this big, I would recommend that for sure. Or if you're doing an Ironman and, it's new to you, it's going to be big. You don't know what you're going to need to carry. Just do a cycling kit. Tight-fitting cycling kit. Aero drag from a loose-fitting kit is the worst thing on the bike. That is so un-aero, slow you down big time. And both cycling kits I wore, day one and day two, were really tight. And to the point of where, they made very little aero drag, which is cool. The bottles, as I was kind of starting getting stuff together for the race, like the month or two leading up to it, the event, then I noticed that I had very few or any clear, tall water bottles, like the 24 ounce, the taller water bottles. And I'm a huge fan, and I highly recommend always using clear water bottles if you have them, because then you know how much you got left. And having opaque bottles that you can't see into drive me crazy, because you don't know what's in there or what it looks like and how much is left, and it's so much better to be able to just look and see instead of like shaking it and guessing. And then I had bottles pre-made with fuel and water. I told Brian, every time I come in, have the fuel bottle out so I can top off my fuel if I need to, and have two fresh water bottles ready, and then I'll be back, right? And that's the way we did it every single time, and it worked so well. It really, my aid station stops were probably 30 seconds to a minute each time, which is not bad at all, you know. That was really cool. So clear bottles, pre-made, and communication, what you want on a regular basis ahead of time. Day one, the bike ride, I had to cross a 4-lane divided highway with a boulevard in the middle of it, a total of 8 times. 2 different places, 4 times each, so 8 times. So that slowed me down just the tiniest bit, waiting, you know, for traffic to open up. But besides that, everything was pretty clear and nice. I may, if we do this again, you know, invite other people, I may keep this exact same course. It was very scenic and relaxing and safe and nice. And then I was using pure mechanical shifting. I don't have any electronic shifting, and also my index shifting, you know, where it clicks in the gears, that broke a while back. So I'm back into a pure friction shifter, where you just kind of roll through the gear just by pushing, and it hops over on its own, which is very old school, but is also very functional and safe and nothing to worry about. And nothing's going to break when you do that. And then and I had an entire spare bike ready to go. I had spare wheels in the car, and if something tragic happened, then I had the rest of the frame and everything all at my house, and then we'd figure out something. The chance of me needing a whole new bike was pretty small, but the chance of needing a new wheel, pretty high. And so we had wheels in the car, all pumped up and ready to go. And then when we were all done, went home and marked the bike course for day 2 with duct tape, which sucks because you're pretty worn out and you need to be resting. But I figure Ultraman Hawaii, you know, they got to move to the next spot, they got to unload their luggage and go to the next hotel and stuff like that. So I'm like, it's probably comparable. And so we're out there half an hour to an hour, probably total, of marking the bike course with duct tape, the next day's bike course. And I wanted a different course each day. That way, more variety and more fun. Okay, so day 2, bike ride. I ended up doing 176.59 miles, and in comparison to Hawaii's 172 is what they report. So I went a little bit further. And heading out the door, I remembered, oh crap, I need to replace my bottle cage. And did that real quick, which was stupid at the last minute. I'd forgotten that. But typical. And this day was just an amazing bike ride. I averaged a heart rate of 113 beats per minute, and I went 176.59 miles at an average speed of 19.6, and I had miles per hour, which is pretty fast, and it had, I don't know, like 4.5, maybe, it had over 4,000 feet of elevation gain. And people are like, and it was it got hot and windy in the afternoon, and it was windy all day and really hot. And a lot of people have asked me, or, you know, commented like, holy crap, how did you keep your heart rate so low? And how did you, go so fast and all that stuff? So almost all that is position on the bike. You can go really, really fast if you're in a nice, clean, tight aero position. And I hardly ever ride my road bike. I ride my tri bike all the time. And so the aero position is actually really comfortable to me. And the longer you stay in that aero position, the faster you're going to go. And again, I had all the stuff, behind me, no extra stuff dangling off the bike, tight fit jersey, and I wore an aero helmet. And I also, went by heart rate. I went nice and easy. And I would pedal a little bit hard up the uphill, sort of, and then cruise the downhills, as I say on the show. So it really does work. And the just keeping my cool and just keeping everything just nice and even and smooth. And just also in training, like I said, doing polarized training, you're doing intervals and stuff. So your body's capable of going really hard if you want to push it. And since you're not going hard and you're just going easy, well, your heart rate never gets driven up really hard. And that's, it works. It works really, really well. You can go pretty dang fast at a low heart rate over time. You train yourself to do this. And also I have a wheel cover on the rear wheel, which helps a little bit. And then I also have an aero front wheel that is it's a Zip 404, but it's really old. And the aero helmet and the water between the arms with a straw. And in training, just learn to just sit in the aero position and just not think much of it. And it works. And that gains you just tons of time at a low heart rate. And let's see, I have a road ID bracelet. I wanted to mention that. That made me feel a little bit secure, that if I die out there, at least they'll find my body so they can charge Emily for the burial. All right, and then after the bike ride was over, how long did it take? 9 hours and 18 minutes. Imagine that. 9 hours and 18 minutes on the bike. And we finished up and went to go mark the run course with chalk because we have this run course that we needed to do. And same thing as marking the bike course. But with chalk, kids chalk, it works really great on the run. And also, for this day's bike ride, this is the day I put on compression socks or calf sleeves. Starting, I put them on that morning, getting ready for the bike ride. I may have put them on the night before, but I think I put them on that morning. I did not wear them in the swim, and I did not wear them on the first day bike ride. But what I figured was the compression socks during the bike ride would help with feet swelling and all that. And then I never took them off. I wore them overnight. And then I wore them right into the run the next morning. I showered wearing the compression socks. They're so tight, they're hard to get off and on. So I just showered with them on. And then day 3, let me scroll my notes here. Day 3, I did 52.5 miles run, and this was bad. So even though I did the first half under 5 hours, I did 4:58:52. For the first half. The second half, I don't know the difference, was 6 hours and 44 minutes or something like that. But I did it in 11:42, and you only have 12 hours. So I was like 18 minutes from the cutoff. But it looks like I averaged a 13:23 minute mile. Burned, Garmin estimated that I burned 4,300 calories. Crazy. And 11:42:41. Had 1,181 feet, 1,181 feet of elevation gain, which is really flat and flat-ish. It was gentle rolling. There's a little, part or two where it was kind of like you had to huff it just the tiniest bit. And but I went and looked at. After the fact, I went and looked at Hawaii's elevation gain, and it was like 500 and something feet. And that's just crazy. Either theirs is wrong, or it's really, really flat. And the temperatures for mine were as hot or hotter than Hawaii's, which is, people can't imagine that, but believe me, it's true. And the elevation gain on mine was like twice as much, which to say something's twice as much is one thing, but like, 2 is twice as much as 1, and 2 is not a big number. So 1,181 feet is not a big number at all. But supposedly my elevation gain was almost twice as much as Hawaii's, but it's nothing really to be going around saying it was so steep or anything. It was relatively level-ish, just slight. And then let's see, a loop out to the left of our house for almost 3 miles or over 3 miles, and a loop out to the right of the house for almost 3 miles. And the house was the aid station. And then so I'd do the left loop, pick up more water, do the right loop, pick up more water, do the left loop, pick up more water and friends, pick up the right loop, pick up more water and friends. And I was doing, at first I was doing an 11-minute mile. I was doing 5 minutes run, 30 seconds walk. So it was like 4.5 minutes run, 30 seconds walk, 4.5 minutes run, 30 seconds walk. And I did that for the first 30 something miles. So well into 6 hours in or something like that. And then we had the ice water incident that I mentioned on the last show. And then boom, blew up from the heat. It just cooked me suddenly. And then I was in damage control and walking a bunch after that. And the I've done a lot of ultra running, and usually I wear for ultra running, I wear running shorts that have little pockets in them and stuff like that. Just jogging shorts that have pockets. That way you can throw something in your pocket. But for this, I've had so much success doing Ironmans wearing 2XU bike shorts, and they have long distance bike shorts. I don't know if they still make them because these are kind of old. Mine are probably 3-4 years old. I only wear them for big races, and they are just amazing for me, and I forget that I'm wearing shorts. Oddly, I know that sounds weird, but that's what you want. You want no chafing, no nothing, no issues, right? And these shorts, for me, give me zero issues. And so I decided to wear triathlon racing long course bike shorts as my run shorts on for this day 3 thing. And but I know that they work, and they worked great. And that's just where I'm at. And I'm real skinny from the waist down, so I know I look like an ostrich, with my scrawny lower body. Actually, my legs are a lot bigger than you'd think, but they're still pretty skinny, and my flat butt and all that stuff. So I'm sure I looked kind of odd in these things. I look better in shorts, but sometimes you gotta make a sacrifice on how you look. And then an Under Armour long sleeve top, a heat gear, worked just fine. Maybe it was a little bit too hot. I don't know. But so then basically it's wearing arm coolers, but your whole body. And then you just pour water over yourself, and it evaporates right off, and it protects you from the sun. And because you're not getting sunburned, you're not inflamed, which keeps down, wasting energy. And then and a boonie hat. And there's a picture on the blog of me running with this boonie hat that has a ventilation mesh thing in the top of it, and that worked pretty good. And I was pouring water on my head and then putting the boonie hat back on. Maybe cut the top off the hat entirely next time, and then I can vent more heat out the top. I don't know. I've got plantar fasciitis pretty bad in both feet, really bad in my left foot, and it hurt a little bit on the run, but it wasn't terrible because I really wasn't running all that fast. So I'm not stretching that plantar tendon. And also on the bike ride, even though I went a long time, I was never pushing that hard. And that's really, it's the pushing that stretches the tendon and hurts tendon. So I actually had almost zero problems with the plantar fasciitis. It hurt a little bit towards the end, but it wasn't really that bad. But I did, I think I strained or nearly broke a bone or a muscle or something like that in the top of I think it's my left foot, or is it my right foot? Man, it started to hurt. You got all these bones in your feet. So there's those bones that are kind of like your fingers or the middle of your metatarsals in your feet. and one of them got really jacked. And about halfway through the run, I switched shoes because my shoes were just a little bit tight after a while, so I switched them out to some other shoes. So it's always nice to have spare shoes. A lot of people do that for long run races, and whereas your feet get bigger and bigger, you switch to half a size bigger or full size bigger, and that really works. And then this guy named Brandon showed up and I think he ran 18 miles with me, and that was really cool. And he donated a check to March of Dimes, and we matched it, and that was just really nice, man. And I had a really good time training, running, whatever, with him, and talking and not talking, just two dudes running in the heat. Brutal. And so thanks, Brandon. That was pretty rad. And then we have construction going on our street. There's new houses being built. So we had porta cans all over our street. We probably like 3 porta cans up and down my little street. And that was cool because you didn't need to go into the house. Usually when we do this, do a self-supported Ironman or whatever, you got to run in the house to go pee. And no, dude, there's porta cans right on the street. So I would just go over. It was like a real aid station. It's pretty funny. Just go over there, and I could yell from the porta can, "Hey, can you all get me a new thing of ice water?" You know, I'm yelling from the porta can. Kai, I remember one time I'm in the porta can peeing, and Kai threw a rock at it. Like, bam! Like that. I was laughing. Then we play pranks on each other. It's a lot of fun. I did pee in some bushes a couple times, and then towards the end of the run, with half a mile left, I finally threw up, and then felt great, and ran a 10-minute mile for the last half a mile on the way in. And also, I was only able to drink about a third, I think, of fuel on the run day before things started backing up and my stomach started hurting, the heat. I wasn't able to drink very much. So I'm really interested. I also had to pee way too much on the bike on day 2, just peeing all the time. And I'm interested in hearing from people that know some solutions for that. And what was actually going on with my body would be really interesting to talk about on a show, or tell me by email, and we'll talk about it. And so I could learn from that to improve what I was doing. When I finished, I felt totally wrecked. I mean, I felt wretched, and it was terrible because I'd been going probably for about 3 hours, feeling like crap, and just pushing and pushing and pushing to keep moving. And even though throwing up got rid of all the water that I threw up, and that's what I threw up, was almost just all water. And I lost 10 pounds. On that day, I was weighing myself every morning, every night, and that was huge. And to make sure I stayed on track of fuel and hydration. And then, but I woke up the next day and felt really good. And so I went and ran a 5K. I ran 3.2 miles the next morning after doing a self-supported Ultraman. I couldn't believe it. Felt fine. I was sore, whatever, but I wasn't so destroyed that I couldn't go run again. And I ended it at that, right? Just a short little half-hour run, and just to see if I could, and I could. And because I was mad that my run took me so long, and I wanted to prove to myself whether it was the heat or my training, right? Was it Brett or was it the heat? And the heat was just, it was freaking nuts. It was 95, then plus high humidity and full sun, no clouds. And so which one was it? And I felt for sure the next day going out running and feeling pretty good that it was the heat that did me in, and not the... so if it was like a much cooler day, I would have gone faster and my run would have been fine. And I would have been able to fuel and drink and all that stuff. Okay, so that made me feel pretty cool. And let's see. Recap overall was it took me 29 hours and 32 minutes. And I think the record time is something like 24 hours or something like that. So I didn't do that bad. Actually did pretty good. And then I think I was doing really good, except for the last few hours of the whole third day run. There's people that run that thing, at like 7 something minute mile or whatever. It just blows my mind. But that's not just where I'm at right now. And the runner's high that hit me 2 days later was really bizarre. And then what I learned, I got a few things, having done it all. A friend said, you are definitely the craziest guy I know in person, right? Because we all know crazy people that you meet on TV or that you hear about on TV or in the news. And that was really funny that my friend said that, because to know the craziest person you know in person. And I laughed, and it was crazy. A self-supported Ultraman is fucking nuts. That's why I wrote it in my show notes. It's crazy, man. Who would ever go out and do that? It's just bizarre. And I went and did one, and I feel like I've done like the Everest of endurance, like of triathlon. Like I've done it, and I didn't do that bad. And and I did it on my own even. And there's not much more besides that. And so I feel like I'm at the top of an emotional, high of a hill, and just going, wow, man, that's really cool. I've really achieved something just absolutely amazing. And then a big thing is to eat a ton of food every night. Your body's going to need to dip into those reserves. And when you can't eat anymore, I could probably improve on what I ate on every night so that it didn't bother me on the run. Because there is that. There's what you eat one day is a lot of it's still in your digestive tract the next day, and that can kind of back you up. I'm not an expert on that, and it doesn't bother you so much on the bike because you're sitting. But once you start running, that can kind of bother you. And the weighing myself every morning and evening. On day 3, the start of the run, I was only down 1 pound. That's it. That's pretty amazing, because of all that weighing and trying to keep up with everything. It's not exactly about fueling. It's about being able to go on nothing when it starts getting really hot or really difficult. Because you can't fuel like you want to because of the heat. And so in training, I'm not a big fan of like going on nothing, because I think that's bad for you, but it's being able to realize that your body can kind of click over into fat burning mode. You bonk, and what you do when you bonk is you just slow down, and then you can actually keep going. If you do in training where just because you don't feel great and you haven't eaten enough, you can actually keep training and keep going. That's just kind of a personal thing, and it's kind of touchy-feely, like how to do it and stuff. And that's not really what this show is about. But it is definitely a problem on the run and in the heat, to be able to keep going. If you are totally carb, sugar, then you are going to blow up and not be able to go anywhere. But you have to be able to learn to be able to go long. There's one school, be able to eat all the calories that you can imagine, and then there's another school like, well, maybe learn to eat a little bit less and keep going. And the second school is definitely real, because I was just listening to an interview on the Vinny Tortorich podcast with Matt Bach, and he was doing 100 calories per hour and one. I said 150 calories per hour or something like that. But anyway, and one, not about 100 calories per hour, I think. One Ironman Maryland, and also one top amateur at Eagleman 70.3 and stuff like that. So it's not the high calorie stuff. If it works for you, that's good. But I have problems with digesting fuel, and so being able to keep going with not too much in your stomach is something that's just a necessity for some people. Everybody's a little bit different. And you can change your body some, but you need to kind of go with what works for you. Anyway, the having to go out and mark the course every night takes away from recovery, but it was also kind of hardcore. I kind of liked doing it. It's kind of cool. And I put a smiley face next to that I did kind of like it. Even when I had to push through it on the hard part of the run, I was still not trying, quote unquote. I was suffering, but I was still holding back. I knew it was too far to actually try hard. I had to kind of let go and just keep going easy. Because if I go hard, I'm going to die. If I go easy, I'll still come in. This is what I did on the bike. This is what I did on the swim. This is what I did the whole time. Just go easy. And Rich Roll, he says Ultraman isn't about going fast. It's about going easy and just trying to not slow down. Is some version of that. And he was right, man. That's exactly what it is. You go as slow as you possibly can and try not to slow down. And it's who slows down the least. Yeah, that's what it is. And is the winner. Because nobody's going really that fast, And on the run, when it got bad, I was just trying to stay below blacking out. And I'm like, if I stay below the effort that it takes to black out, then I'll make it. And then it hurt like really bad, but I just said, ignore the pain. Just keep going. Pain means that you're moving. My feet burned on the underside like walking on hot coals. But that was towards the very, very end, so it wasn't worth the time to put lube on the bottom of my feet because I was going to keep going. And in total, I went 8.8 more miles, so 328.8. The heat was just 8.8 more miles than I needed to, and but I was almost entirely on the bike, and the same or worse heat than Hawaii. And I really, really, really feel like that I did something that was any worries about was it as hard as Ultraman Hawaii are washed away. Like the whole feng shui going by feelings and stuff like, yeah, dude, this thing was freaking nuts. And it really, I've got a lot of experience racing, like lots of different stuff. And this was very, very brutal. And comparing, this to that and the other. And I feel very happy that I can tell myself that I did the equivalent. And that's all that really matters. And I think that's it for my review. And again, it's a few weeks later. And I'm tired. It hurts when I train. I'm in a really good mood because I feel sufficiently cooked to take some time off and to not do much. And this is a great time to do it. We got Halloween and Kai Soccer and Thanksgiving coming up. I went to training in Austin for a week, just kind of piddled around and, like working out an hour here, an hour there, nothing big. And it's okay. And I like it. And people have asked me what I'm doing next. And I have no clue. Well, I'm doing Ironman Canada next summer, and I really need to improve my run. And my bike seems to be okay, but the run is my weakness, and I really need to improve it. But then, of course, the problem is I've got plantar fasciitis in my feet, but right now it's only kind of mild. But I can't really push the run because it'll make it worse. So I'm running pretty easy, and theoretically I shouldn't be running at all to let it heal. But I'm also addicted to working out and just staying healthy. So I'm running some because I think not running at all, starting from zero to run is just like terrible. But I don't know. I haven't really decided anything. I'm very much just kind of going with the flow of stuff. And we're trying to piece together, the next big project really is trying to piece together some sort of bike for the next few years and see what's going on with that. All right, that's it for this. Thanks for sticking with the review. And email me with any particular questions on something that I didn't cover. I mixed, for example, I mixed salt in with my fuel, but also I knew towards that, especially on day 3, that I wouldn't be able to take in as much fuel because of the heat. That I had salt pills with me, and I popped a salt pill every once in a while to make the water stick around a little bit better. And, things like that. You got questions like that, let me know. My email is texafornia@gmail.com. Texa, TEXAFORNIA. And that's it. All right. Hold on. All right. We are back, and time to wrap up the show. And it's just a couple minutes after the Ronda Rousey Holly Holmes fight. And if you didn't know, Holly won. And it's considered one of the greatest upsets in UFC fighting. And the reason I actually paid to watch this fight is because after seeing some of the previews and a little bit about this Holly girl, I was like, I think this girl's gonna win, or else I wouldn't have paid for it. These fights are over so fast if it's not a good match. And Holly is a champion boxer and a champion kickboxer, and is built not only like a guy, but like built like a really fit, like NFL tight end or something. I mean, she is muscular and ripped and really coordinated. After the fight, and she's jumping up. I mean, she's totally girl. She was jumping up and down, squealing with excitement that she won. But I did some boxing in military school, and also saw a lot of it, but was definitely in it. And when you get, I could tell halfway through the first round that that Holly was probably going to win. The way she was connecting with the head and ringing Ronda's bell over and over again. You can only take so many pretty good strikes to the melon, and maybe you get like 10 of them, and by then your legs just get weak and you get slow. And if you get slow and the other person's not, well, then they're just going to keep lighting you up. And then 59 seconds into the second round, she struck her pretty good. Holly struck Ronda pretty good, and then she swung a leg from the back up to the front, and with all of her force, aimed for the head with a kick, the forefoot to the head, and missed a little low and hit Ronda in the neck, in the side of the neck, and it just shook her upper body and knocked her out. Ronda fell over sideways, and the other side of her head hit the deck, with no support, just bam. And then Holly jumped up on top of her and just started pounding her face with the underside of her fists, and the ref pulled her off, and that was it. So anyway, I really like UFC, MMA. UFC's a brand, so they're like the WTC. So MMA is the type of fighting. The other day I posted on Twitter, and a whole lot of people like this, that triathlon is the mixed martial arts of endurance sports, where we swim and we bike and we run. And there's races where they do them in reverse order. There's races where they mix them up. There's races where that Island House Tri, where you just do them repeatedly over and over and over again. And you never know what actually you're going to get. And you ought to train that way. And you ought to train to swim, and then swim and bike, and then bike and swim, and then swim and run. And just be all around ready to do anything at any time. And that'll make you a more complete athlete, because all the greatest coaches will tell you that it's consistency in training, and to just not be able to get tired and keep taking hits that will take you to the top and give you your best race day performance. So anyway, that was really, really cool. It's cool seeing Joe Rogan do the commentary, because Joe Rogan has a really good podcast. he comes across at first, if you don't really know him, as like a brutish beast man, but actually he's a real deep thinker, and he doesn't jump to conclusions too fast or anything. He does really good interviews. All right, let's wrap up the show and get this thing out here and out to y'all. Let's see if there was any other sponsors I forgot to mention. Don't forget Chris Haig with Chris Haig Coaching. Awesome triathlete up in the West Coast and doing a great job up there. Always proud to send him athletes. If you're looking for somebody really enthusiastic that's really going to up your game and give you some excitement and energy, then don't forget about Chris. And I think that's it. So next episode, Joel Filiol, who's a big-time Uber super coach, has asked to be on the show. They've got a new podcast out, so I'll probably have him on the show. I owe an interview to Jesse Stensland, who has started a footwear movement, which is really cool. And I think that's about it. Anybody that I've missed, I'll make sure that I get you on the next show. And thank you to all the people that have supported ZenTri, especially with a little bit of a pause here and some podcasts while we get our legs back under us and pick up the racing again. It's been a lot of fun taking a break. So anyway, everybody stay safe out there. Work the uphills, cruise the downhills, and keep the rubber side down. Out.